Good evening, and welcome to another session of Lamentations of the Flame Princess here on Fantastic Dimensions. We're going to kick right off into the action. Redemption Ironside, being the only character who survived the last session, has a few more traveling companions with him. Is en route to the city of Norwich. However, they've heard rumors of a haunted village on the way called Ashmanhaugh. And so they've decided to investigate the ghost of Ashmanhaugh. So without further ado, I'll just do a quick just round table so you can just introduce your characters real quick. Starting with you, Andrew.
Hey guys, SR2 Joker here. I am playing Monsieur Morel, also known as Maximilian. His name used to be Brandywine, but he changed it to Morel because he thought it sounded more distinguished. He is a halfling swashbuckler, vigilante, and fool. He uses a short sword and a small little dainty buckler, and he's out for riches doing mercenary work.
Fantastic. And Anthony, go ahead and tell us about your character.
Playing Emily Stafford. She's a blonde-haired weapons smuggler making regular trips between Portugal and England. She carries a spear, a shield, and a rapier.
Very good. I think we saw her briefly at the funeral in Death and Taxes, and now she's back at Redemption's side as a traveling companion. So, speaking of which, the man himself, Caius, tell us about your character.
I'm Caius, and I'm playing Redemption again. Redemption, born to a family of Puritan fanatics and volunteered at an early age to serve in the religious wars. Life in the military robbed him of his ideals. He now drinks, whores, and robs the dead. And though age has mellowed him, he still hates Catholics, Anglicans, Presbyterians, foreigners, Northerners, gingers, and sailors.
Our good man, Mr. Ironside. And Troy. Troy has come back to us with a new character. Go ahead and introduce him for us.
Sure. Yeah, my name is Troy Spencer, DMT Tabletop Gaming. And just for Ironside's sake, I am playing the most ginger of gingers this evening. His name is Copper Carmody. He's an Irishman that's made his way to England, mostly to play out the life of the outlaw that he's always been meant to be. He's a hard man. The only thing more fiery than his hair and beard is his temper. So hopefully he can get along with his fellow companions and travel well here this evening.
Excellent. So yes, as I said, sorry, I just get a little bit of noise off your mic there, Anthony. As I said, you guys have stopped by the village of Ashmanhaugh. You're about 12 miles northeast of Norwich at the moment, and you've kind of stopped over here. Number one, because it's getting late and you need an inn, and number two, because you're hearing rumors about a ghost supposedly haunting the village. So yes, it's a relatively small village, a few hundred people. There is, however, a really nice inn, and it's just simply called the Ashmanhaugh Inn. It doesn't have any fancy name, anything of that sort, but it's got a nice warm fire, good drink and food, and a bit of merriment going on as you guys approach it in the slightly rainy and very cool British summer evening. Actually, it's more like going into autumn now, isn't it? We were in late summer before, so we'll say it's approaching autumn if it's not autumn already. And as you come up to the Ashmanhaugh Inn, the sun is kind of disappearing, but behind the horizon, twilight is starting to pass into early evening, into the early dark stages of the night. And you get the nice smell of kidney pie cooking in the back of the inn. There's stout and ale being served all around. It looks like a family joint. There's, your kind of typical, somewhat portly gentleman behind the bar serving the drinks, whereas two women who look to be probably his wife and daughter doing the serving around. There's plenty of tables available. There's probably, we'll say there's maybe a couple dozen people in the inn at the moment. And yeah, you guys are welcome to enter. I know, okay, Redemption, when we last left you, did you have any money left to your name? Did you have any money on
I'll
your
say,
person?
I'll say I was carrying a purse of 50,
Okay.
if that's all right.
That's fine. Yeah, you can have 50 silver pieces. You know, that means you only lost 29,950 silver pieces in the fire. And so there you go. So you guys come into the inn. You guys all have a little bit of coin in your pockets. You can afford some drinks and food and rooms if you like. Would you like rooms?
Emily would definitely want a room.
That would be great. What time's breakfast?
Well, breakfast rises with the dawn.
And what about brunch?
Oh, we serve food all day, sir.
I'm going to like this place.
Mm. Breakfast will come with your meal, with your room, however. So, how many rooms were you looking for?
Do you think he needs more than one? The size of him? Or her? Don't know which one it is.
I was referring to your party, sir.
I'll have one.
Very good.
Forgive him, miss. His tongue is sharp, but his head is dull.
How many other people are in the bar?
There's a couple dozen people in here at the moment.
Emily would.
Sorry, go ahead.
Emily would kind of look around to make sure none of them are the law.
No, the law is kind of in a state of flux right now in the state of England, as it were. Seeing as the royal family was recently all murdered, and the crown was usurped by a very powerful witch by the name of Olivia Wolcott, I believe was her name, if I recall correctly, or Aurelia Wolcott, I think, something like that. But so yeah, it's kind of a strange time in England. The country's being run by a very powerful witch. Some people say she's godlike in her power, and she's in the process of establishing her own sense of justice and order across the country.
All right, so Copper would have he would be at this point would be looking around the inn to see if there's any other serving wenches or waitresses that are about. The road has been long and lonely for Copper over the last season, so he's going to be looking for the ugliest wench he can find, and he's going to press up upon her.
Okay, the ugliest one should be the older of the two. She looks like she's probably in her, we'll say she's in her mid to late 40s. She's not necessarily ugly, but she's rather plain, kind of country girl looking, a little plump, pretty simple looking. And the other girl is about 20 years younger than her and a little bit easier on the eyes.
Copper knows his limitations. He's going to go for the sure deal here, so he's going to wait for that older lady to be off to the side somewhere, and he's going to approach her slowly.
Okay, you do so. She's kind of coming out from behind the bar. She's just dropped off a couple of kidney pies at a table towards the corner of the bar, or towards the corner of the room, I should say. And you can kind of, just catch her on the side there if you wish. What do you want to say to her?
What a fine evening it has, Madoc. Anything you suggest to keep a man warm? He offers a kidney pie.
Kidney pie and ale, sir. If you take a seat, I'll be right with you. Or maybe my daughter will.
Your daughter? And he looks around and sees the younger girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she will do. Send her on over.
Just go ahead and have a seat, sir, and I'll make sure one of us gets to you as soon as possible. And while this is going on, the barman says to you guys who are standing up there looking at ordering rooms, he says, "What's that red-haired bastard doing with my wife over there?" "He's with you, right?" And he looks at Redemption.
You would have seen Copper. He would have had his arm up against the wall, kind of blocking her from escaping as he was starting to chatter up a little bit. Kind of an uncomfortable situation for the lady.
Redemption's drinking deeply from the pint glass, puts it down, and turns slowly round to the halfling at his side and says, Who are you calling slow-witted?
And you see, you turn to look at me, and I'm standing on the other side of you, leaning up against the bar, shaking my head. Oh.
I go and look at the redhead. He's been lingering around, but I wouldn't say he's with me. Did
Oh, apparently I muted myself. Sorry. You see the barman. He kind of has. He's polishing the glass or whatever, and he sets it down. He reaches under the bar and he picks up and he puts a matchlock pistol on the bar, and is still in his hand. And he says, "Will you tell your friend to watch his designs on my women? I keep it loaded." And then he puts it back under the bar.
Your women?
I figured the last two sessions have started with Andrew shooting somebody in the face, I think. So I figured it was my turn to start off with the loaded pistol.
I'm going to smack Redemption on the side and kind of hip check him a bit, even though it's down by the knee because of my height. I'm going to say, the legendary Redemption going to take that shit? The lion lost his teeth?
Redemption has become rather legendary in England recently. There's rumors that he was involved with a crew that had burgled a rich merchant's house in the city of London. Then he was supposedly involved in some kind of a breakout of the asylum in London City, and then escaped from London. And then he was supposedly involved with Aurelia Wolcott, worked with her a little bit as one of her enforcers or something in the early stages of her takeover of the country. So, yeah, Redemption is a man whose name has been bounced around a little bit. He was formerly obviously a wanted man by the Crown, but now he has, of course, been, pardoned by Miss Wolcott.
You know what? I'm going to goad you a bit. I pull out a little bit of this really white, creamy wax, and I put it in my fantastic mustache, and pull it to the end and let it flick so it kind of splutters out all misty. And I'll pull my short sword and do some fake cutting motions in the air and say, "Why, the Redemption I heard about in the stories would have already killed this man."
And as you say that, a couple of guys sitting at the bar look over at you, and they look at you, Redemption, and then they go back to their beers.
Yeah, I'm proclaiming it. "Why, the Redemption Ironside I know would have owned this bar." And I walk over and start swinging it over my head all wildly.
The barman will say, "Listen, I don't want any trouble."
Now I'll walk over and put my hands on the second ring of a stool and say, "Well, trouble's found you, friend," and I'll hip check Redemption towards him.
Emily will kind of sigh and sit down at the bar, lean her spear up against the bar, set her shield on the floor next to it.
Okay.
And at this point, Copper would have, went back to the side of the room, sitting at a table, probably leaning back on a chair with his legs up on the table, just relaxing. Maybe looking up the younger of the two women up and down.
That's exactly what I imagined him doing. Were you going to say something more, Anthony, about Emily? Sorry.
Yeah, she asked the barman, "Do you have anything a little more smooth? Maybe some red wine, something similar, perhaps?"
I've got some wine around here, I'm sure. Let me see. And he goes fumbling through the shelf behind the bar. Oh, yeah, here we go.
No, not that one. We want something dusty.
But I only opened this last week. All right. He goes. He finds another bottle. There you go. That one I'll set you back a silver piece, though.
He runs his finger up and down the bottle. Is it dusty?
It is dusty.
All right, that'll do.
You want one too, sir?
I'll have two.
Okay. That'll set you 2 silver. He pours you 2 more glasses.
I hand over the money.
I'm not so sure if I should serve your little friend there. He seems to be wild enough already. Can you handle his drink?
You mistake enthusiasm, sir. I don't drink alcohol. I will have goat's milk. There's a pittance of goat's milk.
Goat's milk. And he goes, Sheila! And the younger barmaid comes running over. Says, go down to Mac's place and get me some goat's milk. Hurry up! And she takes off her apron and he hands her a small pouch and she runs off.
As she does
Hey!
so, you see Copper get up from the table and start walking towards the exit.
Okay.
And I'll turn and just lift up my white glove in my hand and salute him.
What were you going to say, Redemption?
She's gone. I'll let it go.
Okay. We don't keep goat's milk in the bar, you understand, but she'll be back soon. It's not a very big village.
I'm going to be following her to the market wherever she's heading.
So that was 3 rooms total, yeah?
Yes, that'll suffice.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm taking off my cloak and laying it on a stool. I'm folding like a bib into my frilly white frock. And I'm sitting down and taking out silverware and starting to place an order. Kidney pie, biscuits and butter, various jams, whatever I think this shitty end's gonna have, I'm asking for it.
Cool. You're sitting at the bar, you said? Is that right? Where Emily's sitting as well?
Yep.
Cool. Redemption?
So, barman, what's this about a ghost?
You heard about the ghost, have you?
And make the story entertaining, because I'm in a bad mood. Too much halfling whittering in my ears.
Yeah. Hang on a second there. Barbara, look after these gentlemen here. I have to go get something. And you see him. Actually, go ahead and give me. What we'll call it. Call it a wisdom check. The 3 of you at the bar can all roll a d20. You want to roll lower than your wisdom, equal to or lower than your wisdom.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Redemption. You see right away. You see he reaches under the bar and he takes the pistol out and sticks in his pocket and he goes walking out the door.
I'll look around and sort of gesture with my head for the halfling to follow him.
I'll give him a nod, and I've lost my appetite. Grab my cloak and jump off of the stool, and slowly go towards the door, inconspicuous.
And I'll go and take a seat by one of the bay windows. You know, these newfangled bay windows with glass in them and all kinds of mod cons that sort of stick out a bit, so I can maybe see from the bay window what's going on.
Okay, no problem.
No sense letting good food go to waste. Emily kind of slides over to where the halfling was and his various jams and jellies and biscuits and butters and starts eating off that.
Nice. Okay, very good. So, Troy, you were following the girl. She's walking down the, really kind of the only road in the village. There's a few people out and about.
Yeah, I'm just following her from, a few paces back. I'm just waiting for her to get to the market.
Oh,
I'm
she's
not
not going
trying
to
to
a
pull
market.
her.
She's going
Sorry,
to
go
a
ahead.
farmhouse. She's going to basically kind of like a house on the edge of the village anyway. It's owned by a farmer.
All right, so as she approaches, gets closer to the building, I'm gonna say, chirp my teeth a little. Hey, Sheila, was it? Sheila?
She turns and she looks kind of a little bit frightened.
Oh, don't be alarmed, girl. Don't worry. Your mother said you were a good lass, someone to show a newcomer in town, so to show me around.
Show you around. It's just a small little village, one road, one inn, and a ghost. Not much to show.
Yes, that's what I'm here for, girl. The ghost.
Did you follow me from the bar?
Yes, your mother said that you would help me with my my queries, so I did see you leave, and I followed you Sorry, I don't mean to alarm you. If I scare you, I'll back away and we can talk back at the bar. I just wanted to walk with you and help you with your. What was it? Your dad asked you to come get milk for the little one back at the bar.
Goat's milk, yeah. Farmer Mac, he keeps goats. His house is right here on the edge of the village.
No, shall we? You mind if I walk with you? And I kind of put my hand out for her to walk on.
And
don't be alarmed, girl. I mean you no harm.
You Redemption, you kind of keep an eye on him for a little while. You see the barman kind of go walking down the street. The road really is not really a street per se. There's no lamps or lights or anything of that sort. It's a small little kind of village. But he goes walking down the road, and you see the halfling briefly, just a shadow kind of flitting behind the guy. But they go out of your range of vision pretty quickly because it is dark and there's no street lights.
Mm-hmm.
And on that point, though, I will come back to you, Copper, and you hear a click behind you.
Right.
And you feel something press against your back.
I'm no stranger to have guns pulled on me.
And you hear the voice of the barman. He says, "What are you doing following my daughter down dark roads, you Mick bastard?"
You see me look over my shoulder, say, "Easy now. I mean your daughter, nor you any harm, sir. I'm just asking a few questions about the town. We've come to help you with your problem here. You see, the ghost. We're here to end this problem for you and the fine folks of this town."
Yeah, keep those hands up there. Sheila, go to Mac's house, get the milk. Don't come out until I come and get you.
How close am I to this, Ian?
It's up to you, man. You were completely undetected, being the halfling that you are. I'll say you could have followed him, no problem. He has a singular purpose anyway. He just saw this, this
shady looking,
shady yet kind of attractive-looking young Irishman follow his daughter out of the bar. So he's obviously being the protective father.
All right, so like
see and hear whatever thing you want.
The classic movie move. You hear the click, and then he makes his demand, and then you hear a shh. And he feels like a very cold poke in the small of his back as I'm standing behind him with a short sword. And I say, "Trouble's found you, friend." Trouble, I say. Trouble's found you.
And you hear me start to laugh and giggle. And I turn around now at this point, putting my hands down. Now this gun's still right in my head at this point as I turn to face his
More
man.
like chest, yeah.
All right, so my hands are down at this point. I'm looking down at the little Maximilian around the side of this guy with his little rapier.
Too, yeah. Looking at Max.
It's a short sword, but I'm wielding it like it's something majestic, like a rapier.
Nice.
Sure. It's a rapier.
I just start laughing, and I say once again, "Yes, trouble has found you, but you don't need to be hurt here. As I said, we're not here to hurt you or your family. Though your wife, she is a prize."
You better just keep your Irish paws off my girls. You understand me?
Gun still in my chest.
It is.
Please remove your gun, sir. Pointy guns only get people hurt. And I offer this sly, wicked smile as my hand goes towards my sword.
I'll lower my weapon if he lowers his, and he jerks his head over his shoulder at the halfling behind him.
I look down at Maximilian.
My
Max.
My mustache is just plumed up all sadistically, and I'll poke him with it just a little bit more, and I'll say, "Goat's milk, sir. Goat's milk lets you keep your wits about you, lets you stay nimble on your feet. Goat's milk's what puts you in this predicament. Goat's milk," and I'll say it slowly and mockingly.
So you don't lower your short sword at all?
Nope.
You can see the pistol starts to shake a little bit.
Right.
And there's sweat running down his brow now. Tell him to pull the sword out of my back, and I'll lower my pistol. You have my word.
Maximilian,
It's 2
I look
against
at
1
you.
here. You guys have me outnumbered.
You see me grit my teeth a little bit. I'm calculating in my mind what the chances are that I can slit this through his kidney and clench him up before he shoots.
Okay, he pulls the trigger.
Nice. I was going to ask, who sent us here on this mission to get rid of these ghosts before I die?
Nobody.
Yeah.
You guys were just traveling on your way to Norwich, the nearest city,
okay.
and
If he-
there was rumors you needed a
if he
place
sh-
to stay for the night anyway.
Don't
Yeah.
let Andrew's character
If he
get
shoots-
anywhere near Inns.
If he shoots, I can
Lisa's
attack
not
him,
in the
right? Because it's like a standoff.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa's not in the inn this time. We've made it out of the inn. Okay, go ahead.
So, what's your armor class, Troy?
Alright, so this is point blank. Melee armor class is 15.
Okay.
So my hands were going for my short swords as well earlier.
Because he's shaking and because you probably moved or something, he hits you in the shoulder, does 2 points of damage. Bam! The pistol goes off, and go ahead, Andrew. You obviously have the next move.
Okay. Just going to attack with my short sword.
Okay. Well, you had it right up against him, so I'll give you a bonus for that. Well, I'll just lower his armor class for it.
No problem, man. 22. 18
Oh,
plus
jeez.
4.
Yeah, okay. Damage?
Damage will be 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage? So you drive the sword into his back, or how do you want to...
Yeah, I'll take a half step back and then lunge through his side with it.
Okay. He drops the pistol, and he grunts in pain, and he falls to the ground.
So at this point, my 2 short swords are out and they're over his head, like in a scissor position, as opposed to decapitate him.
He is coughing up disgustingly mortal amounts of blood.
From the wound that the halfling placed in his
Yeah, it looks like
kidneys.
the halfling probably got through a lung or something.
I will shoot a copper a glance that's like as cold as the grave, and I'll say, "This is your mess. Clean it up."
I'm not going to use my swords. I'm going to put my foot upon the back and buttocks of the man as he's bent over and push him down into the dirt.
Okay. Yeah, he'll be dead in seconds. He's bleeding enough that he's not going to live for more than maybe 10 seconds.
And I immediately look in my periphery and see if there's any outbuildings or just small shrubbery or something where I can drag its body.
Well, you can immediately look around. You see there are people kind of poking out and looking around and looking at you guys, including what you presume to be Farmer Mac is now standing on the porch of his house, and the man's daughter that you followed here, Sheila, she's kind of like behind him and he's holding her back and she's like trembling and screaming and crying. A gun did go off right before you ran this guy through, so everybody's kind of looking to see what the hell's going on. And Redemption, you would have heard that from inside the bar as well.
I'm there.
Emily,
looking
you too.
from the bar.
And the gun is still in hand, right?
Oh no, he dropped it on the ground after he got stabbed through the lung.
All right, so as these people are looking, you see me kick the gun aside, and I bend down slowly to pick it up, and I say, "You, all villagers of Ashmanhaugh, you see this gun? You see this gun? It belonged to the innkeeper. He shot me. Look at my wound. This was self-defense." And I take the gun and stick it into my belt. Is it a gun of any value?
Yeah, it's a
Functional pistol.
It's a wheel-lock pistol, I think. Did I say matchlock initially? I meant to say wheel-lock if I did, but yeah, it's a nice pistol. It's a wheel-lock.
Okay. I just stick it into my belt band.
Okay. Yeah,
There's this-
people are kind of like freaking out, but nobody's going to challenge you guys. There's no
Just-
sheriff or anything like that. Everybody's just going to be like, wow, well, yeah, I mean, they heard the gun go off, and, you know.
Does he have a coin sack on him?
Not on him, no. He's got a dirty apron and a bar cloth tucked into his belt.
Well,
Okay.
I think it's time we carry on, friends. I think our stay at the keep has come to an end.
I'm going to look at you again, Copper, and I'm going to say, was it worth it? That trollop, was it worth it?
Hey, I was only merely trying to get information. The man,
Yeah,
the stupid man.
wolves merely hang out in chicken coops. And I'll kick the corpse.
I was like, we have just met, Maximilian, but you know me well.
I
And
know
I
that you're
walk,
kind of well.
I
Red
walk
hair,
over towards you.
burning passion. You're a ginger.
And what exactly are you? A little man? I don't know. I have no idea what a halfling is, so I'm looking upon you as I have no idea. I just assume you're like a little person.
He looks like a circus performer or something.
Yeah.
Me,
So
I'm a morel.
you do wield your weapon well, and for that I am grateful for. He could have got off another shot before I took him down.
Oh, we all have our weapons. Sorry about your shoulder.
Now let's see to that milk, shall we? And I turn and start walking again towards the trembling Sheila.
Okay, back at the bar, Redemption and Emily, you guys hear the gunshot go off. Barbara behind the bar, the older barmaid, like her, she goes white as a ghost, and she goes running for the door. A few of the men in the bar also start to go towards the door, and the others kind of look like they obviously are a little bit too nervous to see what's going on outside.
I go out and see what happens. Redemption goes out, looks, sees another dead innkeeper, in person, in worker, and just says, oh, when the fuck am I going to finish a meal in peace? And goes back inside and starts finishing his meal in peace.
What about you, Emily?
Oh, after Sheila, after he comes back in, she's like, for God's sakes. I don't think we'll be spending the night here. She reaches over the bar and grabs a dusty bottle of wine.
Nice. Yeah, nobody's working in the bar anymore, so you kind of have the run of the place at the moment. Barbara is running out now to attend to her husband's corpse.
She pours Redemption and fills his glass up to the tip top. The same with her.
Cheers, Emily. Have you heard anything about this ghost? Have you overheard any conversations?
You haven't heard too much. Just people have been reporting seeing a ghost recently. I don't suppose you didn't really have much time to talk to people in the inn before the guns started going off. So
No.
Just different weird shit that people have seen. Like doors and windows slamming shut and open by themselves. People getting jostled by something that's not there. Things being thrown at people, when there's nobody around. Things like that. Typical kind of ghost story type stuff.
I think we need to get out of this village. We've just killed the innkeeper. We're not going to be welcome here. Leave them to their own ghost.
Okay.
What do you say, Emily? Ghost got your tongue?
He's not muted and he's gotten very silent. I think he might have got disconnected.
What happened?
Oh, I think we lost Anthony.
Oh.
Yeah, she just kind of stares into, when you talk about how you've just murdered the innkeeper, when you say we've just killed the innkeeper, she just kind of stares into her wine. Oh, okay, he just hit the mute button on his thing, so maybe he is still there. Maybe he's just having mic troubles. Got no sound for me, Anthony. I can see you. Okay, while he tries to sort that out. You approach Farmer Mac standing on the porch, yeah?
And look at Sheila. Is that her name? Sheila.
Yeah.
Sheila.
She's sobbing, crying.
I'm honestly sorry for your father, girl. He fired upon me for no reason.
You killed him!
I have no part in killing your father. And I hand her the gun before I released the grip on it. I was like, I promise you, I had no part in killing your father. This was his. I give it to you.
And
I apologize for your loss.
Mac,
Before I do,
standing
Sorry,
there,
go ahead.
he's probably nearly twice your size. He's a really big, burly farmer type. He says, maybe you didn't do it, red hair, but your midget friend there did.
I'd watch your mouth if I were you, sir, or trouble
Are you
might
gonna
find you
kill
too.
me
I said trouble, sir, and I'll draw my short sword.
Will you
He's-
kill everyone in the village? He starts shouting really loudly. Are we going to stand for this, people? And he's calling out. The crowd, like, kind of looking around, and they're starting to gather around. And you can see now the recently widowed Barbara crying over the body of her dead husband.
I'm going to say, bite your tongue, man. And instead of releasing the gun to the girl now, I'm going to twirl it and point it towards him. We mean you and your villagers no harm. We came here to assist you, and what do we get? A man chasing me down the street with a gun to talk to because I was talking with his daughter? This is crazy. You're crazy. Trying to cause a riot when we're here to assist you. This is madness.
I don't see any assistance in his eyes. And he nods at the halfling twirling his sword around.
I wasn't hired to assist this town. I was hired to come with the person that was hired to assist this town.
What do you want from me? I recommend you get off my porch.
For one, a little bit of respect.
And some
Respect
milk.
is earned, child, and you've not.
Alright, I attack him.
Okay.
I will lunge at his breast with my short sword.
As Maximilian moves forward, I'm going to put my hand out in an heroic fashion to try to safeguard Sheila, and I'm going to try to back her off of the porch or back away from the oncoming violence.
Okay. Roll to hit, Andrew.
I'll fucking 22 again.
Okay.
2 rolls,
for
2
damage.
18s. 3 points of damage again. Exactly the same.
Okay, he's a bit sturdier though, so that's not gonna kill him. So you stab him in the gut. He grunts in pain. He's gonna try to fucking wallop you with his big, ham-sized fist. If I recall correctly, though, unarmed attacks just do like 1 point of damage, don't they, in this game, or something like that? Do you remember, Anthony? I have to look it up.
I think it's
1
a
to 2.
D2.
D2. Yep.
Well, I rolled a natural 1.
Yowza.
So he swings over your head and loses his balance and falls to the ground. And let me just look for a little extra something here. Also, let's see, roll D30 on the natural 1 chart. Okay, yep, that's fine. I got it figured out. Okay, so he collapses to the ground now with this wound in his side.
I look to Sheila and I say, give the mad midget his milk. Let's be out of here before he attacks us next. And I grab does she have bottles of milk in her hand? I'm gonna
no,
put up.
she doesn't.
No, she doesn't have them yet. Damn it.
No.
I'm gonna grab her by the hand and try to lead her away from the crazed little half man that's stabbing everyone.
She was only in the house for a few seconds before her father pulled the trigger on you.
The
so.
rabid chihuahua.
I'm gonna grab Copper by the sleeve and say, "Where the hell do you think you're going? This is your mess. Clean it up."
This is not my mess. you
Angry
crazy
villagers
bastard.
are gathering around the porch now, and they're shouting at you guys. They're shouting specifically at the halfling. They're calling him a murderer.
God damn it, Maximilian.
Sir, I have swung my sword twice and caused less damage than you did by wanting to swing yours once, and I will poke at your pants.
Nice. I swat your hand away, backhand your blade away from my penis area. Say, girl, I suggest you run.
She does.
I watch her leave. Then I bend down on one knee to Maximilian. I was like, "What have you done? They're all coming. They're going to have a mob against us. We got to get out of here."
The porch is surrounded now. You won't be able to get off the porch without running into a couple of dozen angry villagers.
I shrug at Copper and I say, "Well, of course they are. We just killed 2 people."
So I'm down on one knee at this point. I'm kind of like trying to load the gun.
The farmer is not dead. He's wounded, but he's not dead.
I'm trying to load this flintlock pistol, and I have relatively little experience with it, so I might be struggling with it a little bit.
Yeah, it's a matchlock or wheellock. Sorry. So what's that? That's reduced. That's half the loading time, which would make it 5 rounds to load. Oh no, sorry, it is 10 rounds. Where's wheellock? Oh, here we go. It doesn't say anything about reload times. No, the flintlock is half the reload time. Sorry. So the wheellock does still reloads in 10 rounds. Wow, what's the difference? What does it have?
I couldn't find the.
I can't find any kind of advantage actually having wheellock. I guess wheellocks actually kind of suck, but oh well.
I don't know where the disadvantage stuff for like weather and stuff plays in either. Is it in here somewhere? Oh,
I think when it's wet, it just doubles your misfire chance, which is 2 in 10 on this thing anyway. So.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm fiddling with this thing. You could, as the halfling looks at me, you could obviously tell that it's one of the first times that I've been ever wielded such a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm loading it.
What do you want to do about these angry villagers who are shouting at you?
I'll shrug again and say, take him as a hostage or something. I don't know. They obviously care for the piece of shit deeply, and I'll kick him.
Oh man, nice. They start chanting. "Hang the halfling! Hang the halfling!" You guys can hear this chant probably. Because now, what was a couple of dozen villagers is now 4 dozen villagers and growing.
Is there a back exit to this place?
There is, yeah, sure. Through the kitchen. There's nobody working in there now anyway.
Redemption, what are you thinking?
Redemption finishes off his drink, and once left, he goes behind the bar and starts looking around for money.
Okay.
Excellent idea. Emily will go to the kitchen and do the same.
Okay.
Anything of value.
As I'm down on my knees as well, I'm going to try to subtly throw some kill traps around the periphery, around where the halfling and myself are stationed.
Mm-hmm.
So as these oncoming villagers approach, they will feel the wrath of my pricklies, or whatever these things do.
And a man arrives, and he kind of pushes his way to the front of the crowd. And he's standing kind of in front of them with his hands up and trying to pacify the crowd. He's wearing a black kind of, coat or whatever you call it, black shirt with a little white collar. Obviously a priest or vicar.
Mm-hmm.
And he's trying to calm the crowd down. He's like, people, we do not lynch strangers in the street. Calm yourselves. And he looks over at you guys. Are you still wielding your weapon, Andrew?
Well, I see he's a man of God, so now I'm wielding it, especially fearful.
Okay. He says, "You, who killed this man?" And he gestures towards where the widow is crying over the barman.
Can we say that I have the gun loaded at this point from my kneeling position?
Sure, we could say. Well, I tell you what, roll a d10 for me. Tell me what you rolled, since you've never used one before.
I rolled a 10.
Because your character portrait has like 4 pistols.
I know. That's my hope if he survives this and gets some.
What did you roll? A 10?
I rolled a 10. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you managed to get it loaded.
All right, so I'm going to pick the gun up and I'm going to slowly point it up towards the priest. That is loaded and ready at this point.
Okay, well that has the opposite effect of pacifying the crowd.
I was like, this weapon was, and you could see the wound upon me. The man approached and shot me in the back. Oh, he didn't shoot me in the back. Sorry, he shot me in the shoulder. My friend here, my companion. And I looked down at Maximilian, offer him a sly smile. He's like, he was merely assisting me. Self-defense, you see.
I killed him. I killed him readily. And I'll make like a Z in the air with the sword, and I'll say, I followed him in his little treacherous ploy to take out my friend for wanting to sleep with his daughter. He pulled his gun and he shot, so I did him in. I'd do it again.
So the gun is pointing in the priest's direction. This gun, you see, tell these people to back away, or more people will get hurt.
Yes, I'm warning you. Do what he says, or more people will get hurt. Trouble will find you. I'm a Morel. I won't tell you twice.
And he's like, all right. It sounds like a clean-cut self-defense case. Well, perhaps there's something you can do to make it up to the village, the loss of this great man.
What about the second man is bleeding out on the porch?
Like you said, one great man.
Yeah, he's okay. He actually, like I said, he's pretty tough. He's really thick-skinned, big, burly farmer dude. He actually looks like he's going to be okay. He got stabbed in the side a little bit, but it seems to be superficial. I mean, yeah, he's definitely down hit points, but he's not, like, bleeding out. He didn't hit any major organs or anything.
I would also like to say that Copper would have had a mindful eye on where the young Sheila had run, in what direction she would have ran in.
No, you saw which direction she ran in, but you don't know where she went. She disappeared past the crowd into the darkness.
All right, very good. Yeah, so get these people back and away from us, and maybe we can discuss this further. Plus, I might need some assistance with this, and I look down at the wound on my shoulder.
And he looks and he's talking to the crowd, and they're just kind of like, begrudgingly, they listen to the wisdom of their vicar. And they start to settle down, and they're, the chanting has stopped, and they start to kind of walk away and turn their homes. A couple of them go over and pick up the body of the innkeeper, and he tells them to take him back to the church so they can be prepared for burial in the morrow.
By the way, Ian, which one of the villagers started the chanting? Like, which one started chanting, hang the halfling?
Roll d20.
13.
What's your wisdom?
It's a 4 over, sorry, so failed.
4 over? Yeah, you're not sure who started it. The first person you saw chanting it was an old woman.
Okay, I will remember that. My eyes will narrow ever so slightly, and I'm putting her face, her look, her way in my head, and I will be visiting her later.
Okay. Very good. So, Caius, you and Anthony, sorry, should I say Redemption and Emily have kind of looted the bar. The chanting has stopped outside. You heard a loud, authoritative voice, although you couldn't make out necessarily what was being said, and now things sound like they're calming down outside.
Whatever spoils Emily found, she would bring upstairs with like a plate of food, like 3 or 4 bottles of the dusty wine, and just be in her room.
Okay.
Redemption will check through the rooms and find one with a window where you can escape out of and sort of let yourself out in a hurry.
Cool. No problem. So, after the crowd is kind of dispersed and the vicar checks, he starts to approach you. He says, "Do you mind if I check on Mac here? I'm unarmed. I'm a man of God."
No, go ahead.
And he goes up and checks on Mac, and basically, after a minute or something, says, you probably, it looks like you'll be all right. Just go and have your wife clean the wound and dress it. It didn't hit anything vital. It's going to hurt like hell for a while, but it should heal. And so Mac kind of goes into the house and leaves you on the porch there with the vicar.
Finally, I'll put my sword away.
And he turns and he looks at Morel. Looks like he's about to say something, then thinks better of it, and then he looks at Copper. He says, "So, welcome to Ashmanhaugh."
I wish we would have met you first, man. This innkeeper, was he mad? Why would he attack me as such? Overprotective of his woman and daughter. Any man would be, but to shoot a man for walking down the street seems crazy.
Well, I cannot answer for him, and I was not present at the time, so I don't know the full story. However, I imagine seeing a ginger-haired Irishman such as yourself following his daughter down a dark street at night probably drove him to mad levels of jealousy and overprotectiveness.
You don't say. And look at him now. So, the business at hand, this ghost. What do you know of it? What can we do to assist you? And what about this? And again, I look down to the wound on my shoulder.
Yes, and here to check it out now that the halfling's no longer pointing weapons at him, and I assume you're no longer pointing the gun at him.
No, the gun is, I guess I can just store it away. And it's loaded situation.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
That was a question, but I'll roll the d20. I guess my character wouldn't know either. I rolled a 9.
As long as you didn't roll a 1, you won't blow your penis off or something tucking into
Okay,
your belt.
cool. Alright, so I tuck it into my belt without blowing off my penis. That's good.
Yep, that's very good. So he's checking out your shoulder, and he's like, oh, yeah. He says this will heal too. It's merely flesh and tissue damage. It doesn't look like anything hit the bone. He says, yes, I think I might know the source of our haunting, where this ghost is coming from.
Please tell us.
What is the ghost? What does it look like? I've never seen a ghost.
I haven't seen it myself. I've only heard tales. But, you know, blurry figures seen out of the corner of your eye. Animals reacting to things that aren't there. Surely you've heard ghost stories before.
When I was a wee halfling back in the Brandywine days. But I've since grown up, and I've thrown ghost stories aside. Besides, how does one fight a ghost anyways?
I don't believe you do. However, I believe that the source of this trouble is the old abandoned tower. You would find it short distance outside the village to the west. Nobody goes there anymore. It used to be the site of a group of witches and Satanists who used to practice their dark rituals there generations ago.
These haunt stories, are they during the day, at night, under the full moon, during a certain festival? Is there anything we need to know, or is it all the time?
No, it's all the time, pretty much, and it's been going on now for a couple of months.
Very good. Then I will need rest. My friends, once we gather with them, they're not here. Just me and Maximilian here. So
that is something of a problem, actually. Me and Copper can accept at the moment, anyways, but it's pending on the acceptance of Mr. Ironside. We're signed into his company. We're contracted, mercenary work and such. You know.
He says, "Redemption, Ironside?"
Yes, the Redemption Ironside, and he's twice the monster that you've heard. Remember that, Vicar. Remember.
He makes like a sign of the cross. He says, "I'd very much like to meet the man. Perhaps it is not too late for him."
Vicar, what was your name proper, sir?
Forgive me. My name is William
Wait,
Larch.
I put my hand out and put it on his shoulder in a gentle manner. It's like, William, I will have word with the new widow. Please, can you point me in her direction? I will offer my condolences for her loss.
There's been enough bloodshed today, Copper.
I don't think it's a good idea for you to go to the church right now. She has to bury her husband tomorrow. It'd probably be best to leave her alone, lad.
You are most wise. Thank you for your time. I will seek out rest and to reform with my friends.
Yes, I'll escort you two back to the inn.
Oh, no, no need of that, sir. It's a small town, just one street. I can find my own way.
No, please escort us, Vicar.
And I give a cut eye towards Maximilian.
And I have a little sneaky grin on my face.
Very well, another time then. And I turn and walk away, quite angrily at this point.
And I'll say under my breath, sheath your sword. I sheathed mine, sheath it.
Very well.
Okay. Let's take a quick 2-minute whiskey break. Anybody needs to get refreshment, use the toilet, anything of that sort, go for it, and I'll be back in just 2 minutes.
Very well.
Okay, I have returned.
Welcome back.
You bunch of murder hobos.
Hey, don't blame me. Don't blame my insides.
I'm just kidding. I started it this time.
He's the peaceable one.
I started it this time. It's become like a hallmark of this campaign. I think that somebody always ends up killing the first person you meet.
Don't let us anywhere near a bar. I think you've got to start us in the middle of the wilderness next time. It's our only chance.
I kind of did this one on purpose as a little bit of a throwback slash, tribute, if you will, to the past couple of sessions.
Disappointed it didn't blow off the head, though.
It's true.
I think only because we held back and stayed at the bar. Friggin' creepy copper creeping.
By the way, just to tell you, okay. Right. Okay, Caius, you got the main cash point there behind the bar. You found about 20 silver pieces worth of coins. Anthony, you found about another 4 silver worth, mostly in copper, but 4 silver worth of coins. I'm kind of searching around.
That's what, like 40 copper?
40 copper, yeah. So.
Nice, and I grabbed 4 bottles of that wine and
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's no
brought it upstairs. I didn't drink it all, but
I hope not. God have mercy on your head in the morning.
yeah. Emily's got an iron spike. She'll probably stick that shit under the door so it can't open with creepy copper creeping. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm gonna have to kill him for being so rapey.
For being so what?
Rapey.
Oh, he's not been rapey at all actually so far. He's been creepy on it, but maybe he's just misunderstood.
Yeah, she's definitely not going to be pulling him out of a pit trap.
Yeah.
Troy's just going to start to hate me if I keep killing characters.
Neither's Ironside, but that's just because he's a foreigner. He's a what do you call him? A Mick.
Yeah, I figured there'd be a good bit of kind of English-Irish hate in the time
Certainly
period.
would be.
Sorry about that,
I
guys.
figure
That's all right, man.
I figure Emily doesn't carry around the hate because she just wants to sell weapons to everyone.
That's fair.
That's why I have 5 Portuguese daggers, and I looked up, and I guess England and Portugal were in some conflicts during this time period. So I figured that would be like a good smuggling point.
Like this, Andrew, I got a glass of whiskey, or I've got a new nickname for my game master drinking. This is my GM juice.
Oh!
I'm sure Juice doesn't watch my Lamentations game, but shout out.
Man, things got pretty crazy pretty quick in this game.
Yeah, it was my fault this time. I was just telling the guys when you were away. I wanted to do a little throwback. It was my turn to shoot first.
It was fun. I want to apologize to Caius and Anthony, though, because we got separated, and that was I hate when that shit happens.
That's okay.
That's all right.
The lengthy combat and stuff when we're separated.
We could have gone out and joined you, but
We got to eat good food, drink free drinks, steal some coin.
I've probably successfully demonized Redemption to the point where his reputation is going to be really bad in this region.
He's already a bit of a controversial figure, I suppose, with his association with Aurelia Woolcott.
I would want to turn that to my advantage, head back to London and see like what you could do for her. If she's as powerful as they say.
We shot her in the head and she survived.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, Clement's sneak attack shot her in the back of the head for 20 damage.
Yeah, did
She just,
incredible amounts of damage and it just didn't do anything.
It just pissed her off, so she turned Clement inside out.
Oh shit! Yeah.
She pulled his flesh out through his armor, and you were there for that one, I think.
I wasn't there for the death of Clement.
Weren't you? No. Did you leave after your character died in that session? Yeah. That's the one where you burned to death in the field and then got eaten by cats.
Oh, right.
Did you drop like halfway, Anthony, or something in that game?
Yeah.
Oh, he did drop. Okay, yeah.
Sorry, yeah, I stayed on after I died, but then I ended up dropping, so I didn't join back up.
Yeah.
That was a brutal game.
Sorry about that, guys.
No problem. Welcome back, Troy. So we're ready to continue on then? Back at the inn. Yeah, you guys can all have your own rooms now. You've pretty much got the run of the place. The vicar does come back for a little bit just to kind of see what's going on, and a few of the guys are still in there. He puts one guy in charge of running the place now for the next few days until the widow can get back to her senses. Of course, the guy doesn't realize that you guys have robbed all the money and everything else. He doesn't know what's going on, so there's no evidence or anything of that. So don't worry about that shit.
I'll probably tell the guy as soon as he's put in charge. Goat's milk.
They don't have any goat's milk.
Oh. Oh, wrong on me. And I'll spin my fingers and walk up the stairs.
So let's see here. Yeah, I want to roll a d10 here just to see what happens. So you guys can spend the night here, no problem. Actually, as you turn to walk up the stairs, Max, you feel something hit you in the back of the head, and you hear a thump as it falls to the ground.
My eyes narrow. I'll turn and look at the object.
It's a shot glass.
I'll crack my knuckles and turn around.
And the guy's like, it just flew off the bar. I'm not even standing anywhere near it. And, and the vicar is like, it's true. I saw it myself. It's the ghost of Ashmanhaugh. I told you.
I want to pick up the shot glass and inspect it. Is there, like, look for ectoplasm or any weird shit? Like something I've heard in a story.
You don't see anything like that. There is some kind of weird brown liquid kind of a little bit coating the inside of the glass.
I'll sniff it. Sniff, like, the inside of the glass lightly.
Whiskey.
Well, whiskey's a spirit.
It was a used glass.
Yeah, I'll walk over and sit down on the table. Well, seems like Mr. Morell's the fool, eh? You're lucky this time. You're lucky, and I'll squint that you have the vicar to collaborate your story.
Okay,
So let's assume it's a ghost. Woo, a ghost. Imagine he just came in here to pick up a shot glass and throw it at me, eh? And then leaves.
The vicar says, yeah, he must like you.
You know what? I'm taking a liking to this town. I'm thinking of acquiring some property. Maybe spend my summers here. What do you think, Vicar?
Well, if you have the money to invest and to build a home.
Get a nice little flat. Good woman. Run for council. Maybe I'll become a mayor of this little shithole.
We don't have a mayor, but perhaps you could be the first, sir. You'd certainly be more than welcome. And he just smiles.
Very, very good.
If you'd like to attend the funeral tomorrow, it will take place at the noon hour. We could talk afterwards. I could introduce you to some people, introduce you to the congregation. Are you a religious man, Mr. Morell?
No, I'm not.
God loves all of his creatures.
Yeah, well, I love money.
We can talk.
I've had a sudden turn of faith, says Ironside, walking in. Priest, I'd like you to say the last rites for me and all my mates.
The last rites?
Yeah, everyone dies when they're near me. So, just to be on the safe side, I'd like you to give them all the last rites now. But do I need to say confession first? Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I shot a constable and his 2 men, shot a baby in the head, blew up a hospital, had carnal relations with a coven of witches, swore allegiance to Oriana Wilcott and brought down the king. Anything else?
Shit, that's all just in the last couple of months.
That's since my last confession.
And he absolves you. And
Right. Cheers.
it's kind of a strange request, but yeah, I can do last rites for your men. Is Copper in the bar right now?
Yeah, I pretty much went back to the exact same spot where this all started when I was sitting over at the table with my feet up.
Emily's
Because believe
upstairs.
me, they're all gonna die.
He looks at you first, Max. Well, Mr. Morell, do you have any sins you wish to confess? How long has it been since your last confession?
I've never confessed. I'm an open book. I'm proud of everything I've done. Everything.
And how about you? Copper, wasn't it?
Hey, Ginger Pubes, he's talking to you.
I put my head up from my deep thoughts. I was like, yeah, no thanks.
So he'll start to do the last rites thing over you guys.
I'm not
Yeah,
done
yeah,
today.
yeah, yeah. One
Unless you
ghost
come
is
down.
enough for today.
What was that about Emily, sorry?
Emily was upstairs in a room. Unless she wants to come down for this, she can be involved as well.
She's up there
No,
drinking
she's
wine.
no, she's up there in for the night.
Okay.
I'd like to turn to the expertise of my employer and role model, Redemption Ironside, and I'll ask him in his glorious wisdom. Redemption, they say that a ghost threw a shot glass at me.
Good on it.
So I would have been sitting there. Would I have seen anything to the contrary, Mr.
Oh.
DM?
I tell you what, go ahead and roll d20 for me.
I rolled a 9.
What's your wisdom score?
My wisdom score is, let me see, 10.
Yeah, you saw the shot glass fly off the bar. It was at least 10 feet away from the nearest person and strike him in the back of the head.
Very good. I'm going to keep that information to myself. But
Okay.
it's good to know.
Yep. Definitely nobody, you didn't see anybody touch it.
Didn't the vicar say that the ghost was haunting some place outside of town?
Well, he said he believes that it may come from the old abandoned tower outside of town, which used to be home to a coven of witches and Satanists, yes.
Witches and Satanists. They're behind everything.
It's your specialty, isn't it, boss?
I won't
Yes.
call it a specialty. But
You just confessed to helping one steal the crown.
Oh, Mr. Redemption, Mr. Redemption, show the vicar. Show him the symbol. The one you're always drawing about.
Symbol?
yeah. No, well, I haven't actually made a note. What's the name of it?
It's called the dead sign.
The dead sign.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pick up the shot glass and use the circle in the shot glass I'll rub the shot glass in some blood that I find on the floor and use that to sort of draw the circle, and then with the end of my finger draw the dead sign.
Why would there be blood on the floor?
I might be
I can generate something like.
I'll stick it in Copper's wound. I'll get
Nice.
some blood from there, and then stick it on the wall.
I like it.
There you go. So you actually draw the dead sign on the
Yes.
wall in blood, yeah?
Yes.
That was a great idea. Okay. And he looks at it and he says, "It's horrible. Why would you do such a thing? Remove it immediately." And he goes, he's throwing liquid up on it and trying to wipe it off.
Strange, priest. You seem rather disturbed by it. Have you seen that before?
I've seen many symbols of evil before.
But I would say that you quickly tried to get rid of it. Not tried to get rid of it, but quickly tried to get rid of it.
And he shoots you a sharp glance, and he stands over you, kind of like a reproachful teacher or father, and he says, "There's been enough evil done here today on your behalf, sir. I will not contribute to any further."
Well, I'm going to ask you once. And mind you, a Morel never asked twice. Have you seen that before, sir? And I'll put my hand on the short sword.
And that's the second time he's asked you, so I'd be careful.
He He says,
Twice, sir. Twice. I'll ask you twice. I'll only ask you twice, sir.
They're not that good with numbers, but they're dangerous with their blades.
He says, I don't believe I've ever seen that sign before, no, but I've seen plenty of things similar to it. You'll find similar things if you go to that tower tomorrow.
Do I believe him? Like I'm no great judge of lies, but I'm just looking. Is he sweating? Is he nervous?
Roll a wisdom check.
Well, Beatty.
Just to see how well you interpret it. I know whether he's telling the truth or not, but...
Oh, I failed by 9.
You failed by 9? You're not sure. He seems to be hiding something, or he's nervous, or he's frightened something. Something's not on.
So I'll just look at Redemption and give him the look like fucking you can see the whites around my eyes. And I bite my lip a little bit and you see like a foam starting to come out of the corner of my mouth. And I'll flare my nostril.
You really are. You remind me of Beelzebub.
Beelzebub, who's that?
The vicar's
Like
getting really
pitbulls.
uncomfortable by all this time. He says, please, I would appreciate if you would not do any more inscribing of satanic symbols in the bar tonight. I must go back to the church and prepare for the funeral tomorrow. But please, if you would, if you have any honor in you at all, and he's looking at Redemption when he says this, and if you wish to make up for the damage you've caused to this town, investigate that tower tomorrow, cleanse it of evil, and please do no more evil yourselves tonight. And he turns and he starts to walk out of the bar, unless you're going to stop it.
What about investigating tonight, or do you think tomorrow would be better?
Well, last we saw Emily, she was 4 bottles deep.
She's not 4 bottles deep. She didn't drink them all.
She took all 4 bottles.
I wouldn't have seen that, but if the vicar is getting up to leave, again, you're going to see Copper get up and slowly stroll for the door.
Emily, what are you doing up in your room anyway?
She was just probably relaxing, like sharpening her weapons, getting ready for sleep.
So, as you're doing so, and you sharpen your... What do you have, a sword?
I have a spear and a rapier.
A spear and a rapier, right. Okay, so as you finish sharpening your rapier, you probably do that last because it's the longest blade. You look up, and you see, almost like materializing in front of your eyes on the wall, letters. It looks to be written in blood. And it says, "Get out." And you literally see, it's like the blood just kind of seeps in through the wall. You know what I mean?
She'll scream.
I'll run up, find out what's going on.
Okay. Is your door locked?
I put an iron spike underneath it.
Yeah, okay, you run up. What do you do? So when you get to the door, try to open it?
I'll try open it.
It's jammed. The handle turns, but the door won't budge.
I'll kick it open. I'll have a go.
I think there's a strength. There's a skill for that, isn't there?
There's an open doors thing,
Roll
isn't there?
D6. Yeah.
No, I don't manage to open it.
I think you get a modifier for strength, but yeah, okay.
I do, but I rolled a 5. It's too much.
Yep. Nope. You kick in the door. So you hear somebody banging on the door, Emily, as you're screaming.
She's like, she screams for Jesus.
And the letter.
She's thinking it's related, like the banging on the door and the. There is a ghost. There is a ghost. Sweet
Copper
Jesus.
and Max doing. Nice. Copper and Max, are you guys following Redemption or staying down below? The vicar's left.
No, I would have followed the vicar to the front porch, and I would have stood there, packed a pipe, and I would have smoked it as I watched him walk back towards the.
Okay. You can hear the screaming and banging going on inside, but Copper fucks.
I would have went up the stairs with him. I think it's an assassin.
Okay. Yeah, you see him struggling to kick this door, and it's not budging.
Look out! A Morel will show you how to do it, and I'll kick the door.
Okay, roll d6. What's your strength modifier?
Oh, it's good. I have a huge strength modifier. My strength modifier is a 3.
So you need
What?
to roll a
He's
4.
like Hercules athlete.
What?
I crit succeeded on it. I got a 1 anyway, so.
Bam! So
Strength modifier of 3 is 18, isn't it?
Yep, it is. I got a max roll.
He's like mighty mouse.
Bloody hell.
so explain how you slam this door open. How do you hit it? What do you do?
Let me show you how Morel does it, and I'll throw my cloak back, and take 2 steps back, and crack my neck to both sides, and then like prance forward with 2 steps, and just stick my foot straight out in front of me and kick it.
Okay, so the door comes off the hinges and falls over because the spike is still jammed at the bottom. The door just falls in.
So Emily will scream again, and she'll grab her spear and spin around. And she's dressed down; she's not in her armor anymore. So you guys will notice, if you did it before, that she's absolutely stunning. Her braids are out, and her hair is like down, and it's long and I don't know, flowing. I don't know, nice.
Real, like Swedish bikini team kind of look, didn't she? If I recall correctly.
Yeah. And she'll swing around with the spear leveled like deftly, and like level it straight at the door, like probably above the halfling's head.
Yeah. So you're leveling it at redemption.
Yeah. But the moment that she sees that it's them, she'll relax a little bit. She'll be like, look, and she'll point with the spear up towards the bloody letters.
Yeah, they're there. They're still there.
My eyes are just on Emily for a bit, but then I tear them away and look at the bloody letters.
Yep, they're there. Get out in, kind of sloppy. It's like somebody wrote it in blood on the wall.
You could have just said that to us.
I'm kind of feeling like Patrick Stewart from the Extras with Ricky Gervais. Like, I've seen everything, I've seen it all. Because you have to remember, Halfling's like pretty fucking small. Mm-hmm. So like my view of Emily is quite a different view than the view Redemption's getting.
Nice. Yeah. So there it is. Anyway, plain as day, on the wall in blood. Get out. And the blood's even running a little bit now. That seeped through the wall. Like I said, from your perspective, when you saw it appearing, Emily, it looked like it was seeping through. And now it's starting to even run down in streaks. So the words are "get out," and you see the letters are starting to smear. In fact, with the blood dripping down, you get almost a momentary hint of the dead sign.
Have I ever seen any effects like this before?
That's the O in "get out." Have you ever seen anything like this before? I don't know.
When I was working temporarily just to get no.
You actually witnessed very little witchcraft when you were working for them because they mostly had you off doing mercenary stuff, helping to track down landowners and nobles and lords and dukes and such and bring them back for justice, in which they were sawn in half and drawn and quartered and burned at the stake and things of that sort.
Emily's quickly getting dressed and into her armor, really unabashedly.
Okay.
I say we go to this tower tonight. I don't want to sleep here.
I agree.
By this point, I would have seen the vicar walk off and out of sight. I would have turned and walked inside.
Okay. That makes 3 of us. I agree as well.
Coming up the stairs. Alright, I enter the room and see this.
Stop, Copper! No! She's not decent! She's not decent, Copper! Stay back, Copper! Sheath your sword!
Then you hear my step hurry just slightly.
Yeah. She's getting dressed.
I walk in. Surprisingly, my eyes don't go towards her. It goes directly towards the bloody symbol and written message on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
What the
I've
fuck
never
is this?
been. It's telling us to get out, but I've never been very good with authority. Let's go up to the hill and see what's going on.
I'd be doing exactly what it's telling you to do, right? You're getting out.
Get out of where? The inn, the town, the country? Either's fine
I'm
by
certainly
me.
not here tonight.
This place is crazy. Get shot in the street for talking to a girl. Shit written on the wall.
Are there any? Is there like an oil lamp?
Sure.
No one's
roll-
told me. Ironsides,
Yeah,
no one's
give me an
told me
oil
yet what we're getting paid to bust this ghost.
You're not getting paid.
Why do we care about these people?
You guys were looking for a place to stay for the night, and you heard that there was a haunting going on in this nearby village. It was the nearest inn, so you decided to go check it out.
Oh, I'll see some howling, alright. I won't be from any ghosts. I
Uh,
start walking.
occult implements and such. Probably made of gold, silver, and whatnot. Probably gems. They always like that gaudy shit. I bet there's a whole wealth in that tower.
Well, at the very least, then we'll make some money, if not banish this evil. I don't care as long as I don't spend the night here. This town is no good.
And I missed all the killing earlier, and my arms are itching to do something. I need to kill something, so let's go up to the tower and find something worth killing.
Okay.
So Emily will grab like the oil lamp that she sees to bring with light, and then I will also pick up my iron spike from under the door.
Okay. Who's going to lead the way?
I have a torch in hand. I'll lead the way. This
Okay.
character's brave,
Roll
not like
d20.
my others.
Roll d20.
I rolled 12.
You're looking for a tower in the dark that you don't know exactly where it is. You only know it's to the west, somewhere outside of town. You rolled a 12. What's your wisdom?
Wisdom is 10.
Okay, so you guys are wandering around, lost in the dark outside of town because the torch only lights so far anyway.
Here's a lantern.
And in actuality, although your characters don't know this, I'll tell you, the torch is actually hindering your abilities to find distances in the dark, or items in the distance in the dark, because it's actually making it harder for you to see beyond the torchlight.
Fair enough.
And you're wandering around for hours. You find no tower. However, what you do find is as you're walking around, eventually, you see what looks like a village ahead of you.
Not another village. We would have known if we went in a circle and came back to the same village.
Well, you don't think you've gone in a circle anyway. The moon is still in the same place. And
Gotcha.
Well, I'm going to pull out a black bandana with 2 eye holes cut in it and tie it around my head and say, best to hide our identities this time, Chief.
you glorious troll, you. So you put on your makeshift ninja mask.
It's like, think of like a desperado from Zorro.
Yeah,
I like
absolutely.
tied it over the nose.
Absolutely, yeah, there you go.
Where did you find this one, Redemption? I look back at the little Maximilian.
Every one of you is just shit I found lying beside the road.
Well, lead on, Mr. Glorious Leader. Maybe this town will have milk.
Right. Try not to kill anyone if we find a bar.
You're
And-
figuring now it's the middle of the night now. There's very little light in the village. Most people are in bed.
Mm.
Although you can see some light coming from one large building kind of around the center that looks like it's probably the village inn. Not a lot of light from it, but some.
Go to the
Let's
inn.
find out.
Go on, Emily. What do you reckon?
Let's find out where we are. Hopefully nobody gets mouthy to the little man.
Who has geographical knowledge of this area?
I'd be willing to say Emily did with her smuggling.
Not I. This is my first time in any of this. First time in England, first time traveling through, so it's all new to me.
Yeah, the Morels have extensive knowledge of the area, being map makers and such.
Okay, great, Grant. Redemption, you probably would too. Do you know the area of Norwich? I mean, yeah, you're not too far from here is where your friend, the guy who died last session, the guy whose funeral.
Yeah.
Blake, something Blake.
I don't know if I'd know. Yeah, I probably wouldn't know this area.
So the three of you who do know the area, you know that there's no way you should have come across another village this soon.
There's no way we should have come across a village so soon. Something fucking wrong here.
I agree. Be ready, fellows, but don't react too swiftly. Again, she looks at this.
Are you kidding me? The halfling's already killed somebody.
Yeah, I drew my sword right when you were saying too quickly.
So as you approach the village, it looks very familiar to you, and you realize that you are once again approaching the village of Ashmanhaugh.
Looks like we've got turned all around then in the dark.
You know that's not true, Copper, because the moon has always stayed in the same position. You were traveling in one direction the entire time. You're certain of it.
Something more sinister going on than this, Emily. Look to your left. You see the moon. It's been there the entire time. We haven't circumvented and come back. This is something strange, something unnerving.
It don't look good.
Well, the town looks the same as the one we just left. Maybe you looked at Ironsides and...
You now see the sign at the inn.
No, really? So it's the exact same.
Ashmanhaugh Inn.
Hmm.
That bloodstain right there is where you killed the innkeeper, Morel.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, I'll look at the blood on the ground and say, that is it. We're back. I'd recognize Carmody's work anywhere.
Cockerel comedy.
Maybe we should find a local to lead us to this tower.
Well, the one local that claimed to know where it was is at the church. I'll go find him. And I start strolling towards the church to find the
church
vicar.
is pretty easy to find. Yeah, it's the building with the steeple on it. What are the rest of you doing? You all going together?
Yeah, I would go with him.
I'll go with him to the church and I'll pay my last respects to the dead man and rob him.
What dead man?
The dead body they dragged to the church.
Oh, right. You're gonna rob him in the church. Jesus,
I'm robbing the dead body in the church.
My God, redemption.
I'm pretty sure Morel Maximilian already grabbed his pocket change.
I think
he didn't have any.
When redemption finally bites it, we're gonna have to run a special session in hell just to show what a lovely place redemption ends up in.
I don't think we have a very heroic bunch here, so let's continue on with that theme.
So you go to the church.
Heroic.
You do me insults, sir.
He's got a thief. He's got his own morality.
Yes, he does. He does indeed.
The morals are as heroic as they come.
It involves robbing the dead in the church before their funerals.
It's not a real religious church. It's Anglican. Fucking Protestant.
That's okay. You guys go
so
to the
not wanting to unnerve the widow and her daughter, you see Carmarty Copper fixing his jacket and fixing his bloody insert of his shirt to try and cover up the blood, the wound that was there.
Mm-hmm. No problem. Actually, once you get there, you don't see. You can see the body is still there, prepared. Sort of placed in like a. I guess they wouldn't have. Would they have a coffin? Yeah, they'd have a coffin. It's been cleaned and placed inside the coffin. The vicar is still there. He's up and he sees you as you walk into the church and will start to approach you. You don't see anybody else at first, and then eventually you realize that there's a couple of people kind of cuddled together, sleeping in the pews, and that's the widow and her daughter. There's nobody else in except for the vicar, and he starts to approach you. What are you drinking there, Caius? What's that? Show me that. Oh, yeah. Very good. Okay, sorry. Caius make me thirsty. So, what do you do as he coming towards you?
Copper's gonna walk past and go sit at the pew where the two women sleeping are.
You're going to sit there next to the sleeping women?
That's
You
correct.
walk right past him. He'll try to stop you. Good evening, sir.
Easy, old man. My men want to speak to you a moment.
And
I'm gonna brush past them.
Okay, he's going to try to physically stop you.
All right.
You gonna grapple? You gonna grapple with him?
Yeah, if he tries to put his hands on me, I'm gonna wrap his arm around his back and
Roll a strength check.
bend him over one of these pews and do a run.
Roll a strength check. Tell me
add your modifier?
No. You rolled D20. Tell me how much you beat your strength score by, or if you rolled over it.
All right, so I rolled over it. It's 12, and I rolled 15, so 3 over.
Right. So he actually beat his strength score. So you try to twist his arm behind his back, and he turns it around on you.
God damn it!
Him holding your arm behind your back, and he just kind of pushes you gently towards your comrades, not hard enough to knock you down or anything, and lets you go. And he holds his hands up. And he says, "Peace, gentlemen. I mean you no harm." And you realize the vicar is extremely strong. For a vicar, anyway.
This is your best, Kamari, and I'll unsheath my short sword.
Oh, Jesus.
So I go skidding back towards the guys and kind of turn back and brush myself off. Kind of embarrassed slightly that this priest, this man of God, just manhandled me as such.
This is a house of God. I want no violence here, but please do not disturb the women who are in mourning. And he looks at you, Copper.
What is this village?
We just spent all night walking in circles only to end up back here. I was merely looking for somewhere to sit and rest.
You can sit right there. Gestures towards the massive empty pew right beside you.
You dare put your hands on me, I say. I walk up. I'm going to attempt to walk past him again. This time going towards the casket.
This is a house of God, but it is also my house, he says, and he's going to try to grapple with you again.
All right.
Oh, God bless you.
I rolled a 3 and my strength is 12. I don't even know what I need to be rolling here.
You beat your strength by 9?
Oh, you got to roll under it? Okay.
Yeah, you beat your strength by 9, yeah?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he beat his by 14.
Okay. Oof. So what did he do to me this time?
This time, he arm bars you and drops you to the ground on your face.
Ah!
He's got your arm locked in a position where if he simply twitches, he could snap it easily, but he doesn't. And he says, "Sir, I do not violence in my house." And he's looking at the halfling. He's looking at the halfling with the short sword drawn, wondering if he's going to get stabbed in the face. But
I'm thinking about it, but I haven't done it.
Has he let go of me yet?
He'll step up and he'll step back and he puts his hands up again.
So sitting on my butt, I'm gonna scurry back and put my back against the pew.
I do not wish to harm you. You can sit right there.
And I sit where I'm at with one leg up in just a cross position, just trying to catch my breath as I exerted a lot of energy trying to get past this man of God, and he just manhandled me all over the place. So I'm just I'm beaten at this point. I'm just sitting there trying to catch my breath.
You know, in your mind, if he wanted to, he could have just snapped your arm right there, but he didn't.
Yeah, I'm a bit taken back by that.
He's extremely strong, actually. I can tell you, I beat his strength score by 14, so you can just imagine. I rolled a 1, by the way.
I was visited by your ghost this evening, and we set out for the tower, which we could not find, and somehow ended up back here. Although we changed direction, never.
He sighs.
The moon was on our right all the time. Explain that if you can.
Left. The moon was on your left.
He gets them confused.
He says, it's happening again. It's happened to another visitor who came here. They tried to leave, and they couldn't. It seems that the curse of Ashmanhaugh has taken you as well. You will not be able to leave this town now.
Who? Which one of us? All of us?
All of you, apparently. You say you traveled in one direction straight out of town and ended up coming back here.
It's the truth.
It happened once before.
To who?
A wine merchant passed through here 3 weeks ago. He took his own life 2 weeks ago. Every time he tried to leave, he ended up right back here. It drove him mad.
And was the ghost active before then?
I told you the ghost has been active for months.
So it tells you to get out.
Oh, I'm sorry, you weren't there, my lady. I apologize. Sorry.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know that we saw the get out thing on the wall.
Well, she just said that the ghost visited her. So.
You didn't say what. Tells us to get out, but then doesn't let us leave.
I'm sorry, what? The ghost told you something? It spoke to you?
The ghost wrote on the wall in blood, "Get out." And it made that death sign. What do you know, priest? You know much more than you're letting on.
He looks at redemption. He says, I told you. I've told you everything I know. Believe me. I told you not to make such symbols.
I don't know, boss. I think he's holding information. I say that out loud, looking at Redemption.
You seem to know a lot, priest. Do you know how we can get to this tower now in our current state, or is it too late?
I can try to take you there, but I would rather wait until morning. I would not go there at night, as I told you before.
Are you afraid of the dark, or do the witches have more power in the dark? What is it?
As a matter of fact, evil does have more power in the dark. And yes, I am afraid. I have fear for my own mortal soul, and I fear for yours as well, damned as it may be.
I've given up fearing for that.
First light can't be too far off. I say we hold up here until the priest is ready to go.
And I go and sleep somewhere near the girl and children, just on the next pew to them.
Okay, I was just going to say, listen, I will take you there at first light, but I must be back here in time for the funeral. So I will take you there, but I will not go in.
Fine.
If you are afraid, you are welcome to sleep here.
We're not afraid. I'll sleep out in the dark, and I'll go out and
Stand up.
You can hear through the door. Morels are never afraid.
I'm actually going to get up at this point and walk out to join Maximilian.
And he looks at Redemption, and Emily says, "You're welcome to sleep here. There is no shame. I told you, I myself, a man of God, am afraid."
Emily will lay down on that last pew before the doorway.
Yeah, and then the Redemption's lying down on a pew and just going to sleep. It's not fear, it's more comfortable and warmer than outside.
Right.
Hey, whatever helps you sleep at night, sweetheart.
So Maximilian, I don't trust this man. I don't trust him one bit.
Neither do I. I saw it in him. He's lying.
Oh, hey,
Yes,
it's the murder duo.
He's a man of great power. Great power, but yet he cannot clean up his own problems. This ghost problem he speaks of. He knows how to get there. He knows all about it, but yet he can't solve the problem.
I reckon when we get to this tower, we'll uncover some horrible plot involving him, and then you and I will get to finish him off. I start slashing around with my short sword outside again.
You see me see me rotating my shoulder as I try to get the kinks out from the pain that he is like, yes.
So yeah, I'll just like lay down out in the street next to the church, like prop up some hay for like a pillow, and I'll tell Kamadi, there's hope for you yet, Copper. You have the heart of a Morel in you. I can see it. And I'll close my eyes and start to doze.
Okay. You guys will all sleep for probably about 5 hours before the sun starts to come up and the roosters start to. Is that noise about? Anyway.
Crow.
Yeah, they start to crow. I was going to say crow, but I was thinking that's another bird. That doesn't make sense. And everybody reduce your Constitution score, not your modifier, but your score, by 1 point, please.
Okay, sounds devious.
And let's take another 2-minute whiskey break. I need more GM juice.
I certainly hope that's not a permanent Constitution loss.
Yes, I need to push me down out of my bonus.
Yeah, me too. Damn it.
The fucking halfling with 18 strength. What's up with that? He must have a. He should have some magical item to make that be the case.
You ever see like the world's strongest baby or whatever? And it's like this ripped ass little kid.
Oh yeah.
That's just what I imagine.
Yeah, dude. This guy is. He's a fine physical specimen for a halfling. There's no doubt. Like, he's much stronger than Vivaldi, the world's strongest dwarf.
Vivaldi was a bit of a showman, though, wasn't he?
Was that another character of yours, Andrew?
Oh, you
Yeah.
missed a classic. You missed a classic. You haven't made the halfling dance. It was Vivaldi's little dance across the screen that got me.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, I've had a spree of short characters.
Short and short-lived.
They tend to die pretty quick.
Back now. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Andrew.
So, would the priest or vicar, whatever the term is you were using, would he have went to sleep also?
Yeah, he probably will. He's going to need to sleep at some stage.
All right, so I'm going to stay awake as long as I can, and I'm going to go inside, not to do anything mean-spirited towards these women, but just to keep an eye on him, because I've been suspicious of him from the beginning. And when I watched him walk away from the inn earlier, I did indeed see him as far as I could walk towards the church, right? He didn't do anything.
Oh, he went straight to church as far as you could tell. Yep.
Okay. So I'm just going to go in and keep a suspicious eye on him. And as the people are waking the next morning, they might see me sitting opposite, gazing lovingly upon the women, but I didn't touch them or do anything.
So this is Canadian rape, huh?
Whoa!
Guys.
The most polite of all the rapes.
Sorry, wow. That's why I made this an 18+ video. Okay. Yep. So yeah, you guys are going to wake up around 5:30 in the morning as the roosters start to crow, and yeah, and he's going to wake up as well. The widow and the daughter will continue to sleep. Actually, they're going to sleep deeper and longer than everybody else because of their grief. They spent the entire night sobbing themselves to sleep. So yeah, they're going to sleep really deeply. And Copper is in there staring at the women, and immediately the vicar kind of sees you, Copper, and he approaches you. Mr. Carmody?
Yes, sir.
Are you
How can I
ready?
help you?
Shall we go?
Oh, of course. Whenever you are, lead the way. And I get up and I brush my hands onto my pants and start walking towards the door.
But Ironside is still snoring.
Nope, Ironside's still snoring. What about Morel and Emily?
Emily would wake up at first dawn.
Okay. So Emily, you're awake. What about Morel?
She'll
Oh, he's outside. So fuck him. Never mind.
Moreau would be doing his morning exercises.
Okay. What's Emily doing?
she'll take like the bottom of her spear and just kind of poke at Ironside, like at his foot or something.
You gangrenous, feces sniffing, heretical arse knobber. Oh, good morning.
It's nice to see you too, Ironside.
Alright,
I'm gonna miss this guy when he's dead.
let's go.
Okay. So you guys all walk outside of the church with the vicar, and you see Maximilian there doing his morning exercises. What do your morning exercises look like? Are you doing some kind of karate kata or something, or what?
No, it's not anything as glorious as that. Like, I do some push-ups, and then I do some, like, lunges. Across the street, back across the street, push-ups, across the street, back across the street.
Cool.
Are they at least clap push-ups?
Nope.
He's a pretty buff halfling, so.
They're one-armed push-ups.
Nice.
They're not cock push-ups, though. No.
No, though I did have to tend to my morning wood. That's a Morel tradition.
Hopefully you did that before the vicar came out with the crew. So. Okay.
Yeah, two cocks crowed that morning.
Excellent. All right. So the vicar takes you guys and starts to lead you to the west, out of town. And he has no trouble leading you to the tower because he knows right where it is, and it's not dark. So it's a ruined tower. It's not very tall. It's only it actually looks like it was probably taller once upon a time, but it's only about ground level and then maybe 2 levels above that you can see as you're approaching it. The partially crumbled and caved in tower. It's ancient, as far as you can tell. It looks like it's probably been there. It's probably been there since the Roman times, nearly. Which would take you back a long way from the 17th century. So, because it's 1625 where you guys are, and strangely enough, though, you can see a little bit of light emanating from inside, and it's kind of an eldritch, almost green fluorescent light. It's not like a natural firelight or anything that you've ever seen. And he says, and the vicar stops and he makes signs and he says, "This is as far as I can take you. I must return to the church and prepare for the funeral. Godspeed." And he turns, and for the first time, he actually looks afraid.
I pull my gun on him immediately.
He stops and he looks at you. And he almost instinctively raises his hands, but then he lowers them at his side and he steels himself. He stands up straight and takes a deep breath. Closes his eyes for a second. He opens them again and looks you right in the eyes, Copper, and he says, "So this is how it is, Mr. Carmody? Go ahead. Do it."
It does not need to end here, but you will not be leaving.
"I told you I would take you here. I would not go inside. I am returning to the church. I have a funeral to attend in a few hours."
You take another step, and it will be your last. And I don't know how a matchlock or a wheel lock pistol works, but if there's some apparatus that makes me like click it into place,
Yeah.
I do
Yeah,
so.
yeah, the guy clicked it when he walked up behind you. I don't know if there really is. I just
Right.
dramatic effect.
So the same thing, dramatic effect
right.
here, same thing. I click it back. I look him in the eye sternly.
And
You go no further.
he says something in Latin, you think, under his breath. And he looks at you in the eyes again. He says, "You're Catholic, right?"
I was.
Well, we all answer the same God. I have my duty, and you have yours. Do what you must. He takes a deep breath, and he turns around and starts to walk away.
God is
Let him
dead.
be, Copper.
Go. Let
God
him
is
go.
dead, and so are you. And I fucking unleash the bullet.
Roll to hit. Or, sorry, roll D10 first for misfire. It's not raining anymore, at least, so you only have a 2 in 10 chance of misfiring.
Oh,
The
D10?
wheel lock isn't affected by weather.
Oh, isn't that? Okay, well,
That's like one of the benefits.
I rolled a 7.
okay.
Yeah, there's
So
no
it goes
little
off.
matching.
Roll a D20 to hit.
I rolled 15 plus
Yeah.
one of my
Hits.
range comment. All right, so I hit him.
Give me damage.
It's a D8. 4. I don't think there's any modifiers. for
Okay,
damage, right?
describe his death.
All right, so as he takes that step forward, and I make my comment about God being dead, and that I warned him not to take a step, I just release the pistol, and it explodes in the back of his head, and then you
First
see
time you've ever fired one of these things.
bits of gore explode out of the front of his skull, and he kind of stops momentarily, and then he just flumps forward like a piece of lumber being chopped. Gray matter everywhere.
First time you ever fired a pistol and you killed a vicar.
Bullseye!
So he drops dead.
I guess he will be.
Christ, what have you done?
Nice shot, Copper. Now we should go
Does
look.
your gravity have no end?
Did I say that again, Anthony?
Does your depravity have no end?
I looked to her. It's like, easy, girl.
You be easy. How many deaths have you caused in this village since we arrived?
I have caused none.
Several.
I told the man what would happen if he took another step.
And we already told him that he could go back to town after he brought us here.
No, he
So
proclaimed
you've
that's
made
what he would
liars
do.
out of us all.
I told him no such thing. I did not trust the man. He knew too much, but shared too little. He will not be missed by me.
That is true, Emily. He did lie to us. He omitted part of the story. He did not tell us about being trapped in this town.
And
What
what
else
if he
was
was
he
the
hiding?
only way? What if he was the only way for us to get untrapped from this town?
Because a puzzle look comes upon my face. I'm like,
I didn't think about that, did I?
I swear to Christ, Copper, if that's the case, I'll run you through. And she lowers her spear kind of at him. She's like, but
Easy.
first, this tower.
easy, girl, easy.
Wait, Emily, wait. First, we must check his corpse. And I'll go over and kick it over, and I'm going to start looking through his stuff.
Yeah, so the front of his forehead no longer exists. Basically, his face only exists from the eyes down. You kick him over and start searching his corpse. You're not going to find anything really.
Redemption's keeping an eye on the tower.
You've gotten really quiet, Chris. I think you got your mic turned up. Pushed up. Yeah. You keep an eye on the tower. You said, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Roll. No, don't even roll. You can see movement by the door, the open door. There used to be a wooden door probably there, but it's rotted away and fallen away long ago. And you can see shapes moving by it. If you want any more detail, that'll require a roll, but you can definitely see movement at the doors, especially after the gun went off.
Yeah.
I got my eye on Emily. Not trusting her at this time.
Yeah.
Emily, do you want to stab him? Do you want to stab him?
No, I'm fixed on him though. I'm waiting for him to make a move. I guarantee you, I'll run him through before he could try to reload that shit again.
Oh yeah, well, it'll take him 5 rounds at least. 10 rounds. No, 10 rounds. Sorry, minus your. It's 8 rounds for fighters, and you get to subtract your dexterity modifier, I think. Yeah. What is your dex modifier? Copper.
+1. You
And
see,
are you a
Copper
fighter?
starts.
Copper's a fighter, right?
That's correct.
It would take you 7 rounds to reload.
So you see me starting to put the gun away with my hands up in a kind of a defensive posture towards Emily. I was like, "Easy, girl, take it easy." While you were in the inn, sleeping and drinking your wine, you did not see this man and his interactions with the people of the town. Me and Maximilian here did. You do not know the whole story. The man knew more than he shared, and he was not innocent in this. Easy, girl. And I start putting my hands down.
She'll kind of raise the spear like halfway up, like kind of, I don't know, at like a 45, 50-degree angle from the ground, as to not be threatening with it anymore, but it's still kind of ready.
Blast! He has nothing on him. He's clean.
There were no weapons of mass destruction.
None, boss. No coin either.
No, not a coin, not a drop.
No fucking priest was going to embarrass me as such. He was going to die regardless. I'm still sour about being manhandled the night before. So yeah, I see that.
Sorry, Trey, go ahead.
I was just going to say, after I became
Copper,
at
you
ease,
shot a vicar in the back of the head as he was walking away from you. There's a special place in hell for you too.
That's right. So you guys have just met me, so you can see what cold, hard killer this man is that you've just met. After I come down on my apprehension of Emily for a moment, I notice that movement in the doorway, and I immediately get transfixed in that direction.
Since I'm paying such close attention to him, when he notices and gets transfixed, I'll take a look over at in the direction of the tower.
Yep, you're going to see now there's humanoid shapes moving around down there, and you can see them now because they're kind of occasionally they step out of the doorway and look around, and they kind of hold their hands up and they move back in. But they're definitely humanoid. They look kind of small. They're a little taller than, although about the same size as Maximilian actually, and they're armed with crude weapons.
Can we make out any details? Or is it just like shadows and light?
Details, the only thing you can really make out detailed-wise is that they have almost no, they at first you think they look kind of elven, but they're too short. And then you realize they have kind of like a green tinge to their skin as well, and there's something really wrong, and they have a really nefarious look to their mouths, and yeah, there's something wrong. They look evil, like little evil creatures, humanoid creatures.
I'm not going to whisper so you guys can hear me, but Emily will whisper to whoever's closest to her, perhaps Copper. Devils are afoot. And she'll motion with her spear towards the little green men.
Are they still staying inside, Ian, or have they come
No,
out
like I said, they step outside occasionally, hold their hands up like blocking the sun from their eyes, and move back inside. They seem disturbed by the sun.
Maybe devils have gold and silver, Maximilian. And I start. I put the gun away, and I pull out my two long, slender daggers, longer than a normal dagger, more short sword, and I start sprinting in the direction of the goblinoid, humanoid, miniature, monstrous creatures.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll draw my sword while I'm running after him. Aye, boys, time for some morning killing.
Copper leads the charge. We're all right behind him.
I am not running. I'm hesitant.
I look over at
Anybody else?
Emily. I look over at Emily, see what Emily does, and start strolling up carefully. Emily at my side, getting out my guns, but I'll let the new boys run in and get killed first.
Yeah. She's got her spear level at this point, gripping it down towards the bottom for maximum reach. But she's keeping her, maybe 5 yards distance between her and the halfling and Copper.
I'm actually, as we're running and it's from the eye view, you see the tower bobbing up and down. I'm actually telling Copper about how the Morels are excellent tower assaulters.
And I see you kicking the door, I would believe it.
Roll attack rolls and damage at the same time.
Oh, I wanted to take a once I approach, I wanted to take a defensive stance. So you see me start
I
put
thought
my
you were
daggers.
charging and attacking, no? You just
Yeah,
I
start
am.
stopping and
well,
defending? That's
well,
so
no,
anticlimactic.
I
Pussy.
will attack the first attack.
No,
Okay,
no, that's okay, man.
I'll do a press then. That makes more sense. This is my first fighter.
Morel's always
It's all right,
attacked.
man.
That's a
We'll
20.
let you we'll let you we'll let you cat it out if you want to.
No, I'll do a press attack and then I'll go defensive afterwards. So +2 to attack on this one.
I got a
And
20 and a
Every
2 on
roll.
damage.
I'll just go in order of people who charge in. So Troy first.
all right, so that's 23 to hit, and I rolled a straight 6 on the damage.
Describe as you kill the first goblin who's standing in the doorway as you hit the tower.
All right, so Morel, you're right at my side, and as I go in, you see me do a spin
Head the
on my
goblin.
heel.
Right.
My first strike goes over the top with my right arm, but I come back with my left arm as I finish the full pirouette, and I drive the dagger, long sheathed dagger, behind my back, and it digs deeply into the goblin's head, and I pull it back, and the creature falls down at my feet, and I move aside, giving you space to get your little form into the doorway.
Nicely done. So yeah, you push him in and you press into the room yourself, and you get this slaughtered goblin on your tip of your dagger. Pretty much, I mean, you buried him right up to your fist, where you're picking him up with your hand pretty much at the same time. And next is Maximilian. You were the next in line.
Yep, I got a 20 on my attack.
God damn it, Caius. Yeah. Is that a natural 20?
No, it's modified, but I got 2 damage.
If anybody rolls a natural 20 or a natural 1, let me know, because I got special charts here for crits and fumbles. So
Nice.
okay. So go ahead and describe how you kill the second goblin as you charge in behind your friend who just burst into the room.
You hear a and I cut his belly open, and his entrails fall out.
Nice. Second goblin's dead. And the next one in line was Emily.
Oh, she's not going in yet. She'll stop at the door, but remain outside. If I can reach one of them, I will stab at it with the spear.
Unfortunately,
if not,
because 2 people already pressed into the room beyond you, so.
All right, then she'll just take a defensive position at the door and just kind of wait for this to play out a little bit.
Okay, Redemption, what do you do?
I'm aiming my gun.
Okay, you're firing into the room, or are you going
No,
into the
I'm
room?
aiming. I'm aiming from next to Emily.
Right, you take a round at aim, yeah?
Yep.
Okay,
Because I don't want to shoot one of my allies.
in that case, then there's still 2 goblins alive, and they get to attack. Oops, sorry, I dropped my dice. They get to attack. Who are the 2 people in the room? Maximilian and Copper. So here we go. So Maximilian, that is a 16 to hit you. Does that hit your armor class?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Wow.
So what does it hit, your shield or something? No, you don't have a shield, do you?
Doesn't even hit my shield.
Doesn't hit you at all. It just hits your armor and does no damage.
Yeah, I've got a shield. I've got a lobster helm, a shield. My AC for melee is 20.
Wow. What?
Crazy fool.
Holy shit. Yeah, okay. So it just bounces off your armor, essentially. You just, like, deflect it off your pec like a boss. And then the one that attacks Copper fumbles. So I got to roll on my nice little fumble chart here. Ooh, that's a 1. What is that on the fumble chart? That is... Okay, you guys... well, I'm not even using morale rules for this game, sorry. You guys all feel a boost of morale anyway. I've never actually used Limitations of Morale rules. I should do that sometime. Okay.
Are there any
Next
obvious... okay, go ahead.
Next round, anyway. I'm going to let you go first again, Copper. I'm just going in the same order. So what do you want to do, Copper?
Sure.
You got 2 goblins standing here. You're now inside this, like, you know, the bottom floor of this tower. The ground floor of this tower is a big round room. There's 2 goblins in here with you. They're armed with these crude. One has a kind of a. It's. Have you ever made like a tomahawk out of just like tying a rock to a stick kind of thing. It's like that.
I know
And the
what
other one is armed with a short, rusty, partially broken short sword.
Right. So are there staircases going up or down in this place?
Both.
All right. So this one that just fumbled and is has fallen forward, or lost his footing, or did something unbecoming of a goblin. I'm going to actually attempt to grab it by the collar and like run towards the staircase and like toss it down the stairs. So a grapple, if you will. I don't know how you want to do a narration like that in Lamentations of the Flame Princess.
Okay. Wow, I'm having lagging issues. I'm sorry, I've turned my bandwidth all the way down. But you're tossing him down the stairs, yeah? Roll a d20.
All right, I rolled a 6 on a 12 strength.
Oh, no, I was just saying roll an attack roll. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
You
Then
rolled a 6.
plus 3, so 9.
A 9, okay, with his armor class. So you try to grab him, and he actually just kind of like shoulder buffs you away and sidesteps, and you miss the grab.
All right, so I stumble past him, so I'm deeper into the room.
Yep.
Deeper into the room at this point. So the two goblins are between myself and the halfling.
That's fine. And Maximilian, Mr. Morel.
All right, I'm gonna show him how the Morels do things. I got an 8.
An 8 total, modified, yeah?
Yeah.
What were you doing? What was your attack roll anyway? Were you thrusting with your spear or what?
No, with my short sword.
With your short sword? Yeah, so you do, and he easily sidesteps and laughs. And you miss completely. And next is Emily. You're outside the room, outside the building, sorry, taking a defensive stance. What do you want to do?
Hold my action.
Okay, you stay outside the room holding your action. And Redemption.
Carry on aiming.
You just keep on
Holding
aiming?
my action.
You're already
Holding
aiming.
my action. Holding my action.
You're leaving those two to clean up inside. Fair enough.
Yeah, yeah.
So the goblins get to attack again.
Let the murder hobos get through with it.
So let's see. The black die is for Copper. The red die is for... Sorry, that was the other way around. Black die is for Morel. The red die is for Copper. Okay. Copper, what's your armor class?
15.
You get hit with the tomahawk-wielding goblin for 1 point of damage.
Okay.
Barely wings you, but, 1 point of damage. You took 2 before anyway, which have not healed, so you're down 3, I think, total. So,
That's right.
And, he totally misses you. He doesn't even hit your armor this time. He completely misses you with, what did I say this guy had? Oh, he had the rusty, broken short sword. Andrew. So that's the goblin's turn. And we're back to the top of the order, so we start with Copper.
All right, so I spin after this one hits me with his stone axe club thing. I'm going to strike out again with a press as I push him back in towards the halfling. So I'm going to do a press attack with my short sword.
Okay.
I rolled a natural 20.
Ooh. There's
So
no
that
crit
would
there. Roll damage. Oh, but there is my crit chart. Hold on.
Yeah, that's a 25 on the
I
roll
rolled
total.
a 15, so... Wow. Oh, yeah, you're supposed to roll initiative every round. Shit. All right. Well, it says roll twice every round for the rest of this combat and use the better result. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you this, because I haven't rolled initiative so far.
Mm-hmm.
You have initiative in every fight for the rest of the session. Okay?
Sounds good. Copper, quick to react. All right, so I'm going to roll normal d6 damage, and I rolled 2 points of damage.
Okay. Describe how you kill the goblin.
All right, so this one thuds me with the tomahawk. I kind of brush it off and then just slice across his throat with a clean cut with these long daggers, and it opens up.
Falls dead.
And then I kick him down the stairs like I originally planned to do.
Next in the initiative is you, Max.
All right, Morel's family secret number 2. 16.
That's going to definitely hit. Damage?
2 points of damage.
Tell me how Morel family secret number 2 kills this goblin.
All right, so the goblin had attacked at me, and I swatted his hand with the short sword with my cloak.
Yeah.
I then draped it up with my left hand, obscuring my body from him, and stabbed him through the cloak so he couldn't see me.
He drops dead. Bam. You got a nice hole in your cloak, though.
Yeah, and I'll yell at Copper. Did you see that? That saw the Morels do it. Didn't see it coming, did he?
And you're now standing in an empty, round room of this tower. Stairs going down, stairs going up. Oh, and there is a chest in the corner. Not the corner. There's no corner in the tower. Sorry. There's a chest opposite the door.
GM juice kicking in.
I'm lagging again. Hold on.
Well, I'm going to walk towards the chest. The goblins are probably ill-dressed.
I lagged out there a second. So you're walking towards the chest, which is opposite the door, yeah?
Sure.
Okay.
What do I see? Is it just like a small wooden chest?
It's a large wooden chest with a big iron lock on it. Like a padlock type iron lock.
Alright, I'll just look at the lock and just see how primitive, or see if it was something the goblins had, and if so, it would probably be pretty primitive.
It's definitely pretty old, so yeah.
What do you make of this, Maximilian? Think we could break through? Is it wood? It's wood, right?
The chest is wood, the lock is iron, and so is the latch.
I can't pick the lock, but I can probably break through. What do you say?
Shoot it with your gun, Kappa.
The lock or the wood?
Shoot the lock.
Okay. And you see me start fiddling with the gun again. Setting it up. What are you guys doing? Just take me 10 rounds, so 7 rounds.
I'll come in and start aiming at the lock.
As I'm like knelt down beside the lock, fiddling with my gun, and you're just gonna blow a hole in it right beside me. I like it.
Well, I'll wait a while.
Do it.
I'm aiming. I'm aiming for a couple of rounds.
Who's shooting the lock?
I'm knelt down beside it, unaware that Ironside and Emily might be coming in. So I'm knelt down beside this chest, trying to work with this gun again that I have no clue with how to really use. So
right.
Ironside comes in and sees
Roll
me.
D20 then, Caius.
I'm gonna wait and do it with an aim. So.
Okay, roll D20 anyway.
Oh.
Did you roll a 1?
No, I rolled a 5.
That's fine. You hit the lock. As long as you don't roll a 1, you don't accidentally shoot Troy.
As the lock takes the hit, you see me jump aside. Jesus,
yeah, you do, because it explodes in your face, and you feel shards of iron hit you in the face. You don't take any damage, but you just feel the the kind of shrapnel damage, if you will, as the lock explodes and blasts off the chest, and the hinge flies open, and the chest door flies open, and you just see a pile of gold and silver and jewelry inside the chest. Small.
Still not entering. Still not entering the tower. Emily's going to look up the stairs to see if that's attracted any more goblins, I guess.
It's a lot of treasure for such foul creatures.
Ironside starts loading his gun again.
As you're looking up the stairs, Emily, you see something come around and look down after the explosion of the gunshot. It looks like an ogre. And he looks at you and says, "You bad." And he starts to come down the stairs at you with his huge spiked club.
Make ready, boys!
So is that to Emily or to all of us?
You said that to Emily. She's the only one standing at the stairs as far as I know.
I'm still outside the tower.
Well, we got the last one, Emily. You can have this one.
Hold on. Who's outside the tower?
She's
doing
this.
So
Yeah,
who
she's
was
doing
looking
that
up
from the
the
door.
stairs? Who was looking upstairs? Sorry.
She was looking upstairs from outside in the doorway.
Oh, in that case, then he says that through a window, and he leaps out the window at you.
Nice.
Sorry, I don't want to make myself look like an idiot. He leaps out the tower at you, and he gets an attack. and he hits you for 4 points of damage with his spike club. Bam!
So we just hear this voice and this thud outside as we're like
No,
running
you guys don't
this
even hear the voice, no, or the thud, because you're inside with the treasure.
Nice. All right, Emily, it's all on you.
Now, next round, you guys have treasure. Emily, you have an ogre. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna back my way into the tower and keep my defensive. Actually, I'm gonna fucking try to parry. I'll keep parrying him as I'm backing into the tower.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I did roll an 18 on my attack roll last time, which pluses my dice was over 20, but...
Yeah, so my AC right now is 18 with the parry, in fact.
Okay, so he'll get another round of attacks now. Oh, that's another hit. Christ, Emily, sorry, he hits you 3 points of damage.
She just like spits out blood and just like, oh!
She's coming into the door. We can see this now at this point, right?
Have we come across this yet?
No, you can see it now because she's back into the tower and she gets smashed in the face with a spike club again. She's taken 7 points of damage total. I rolled another 23. Wow. And so she's back in the room, and you can see this big ogre kind of ducking under the doorway into the room with this huge spiked club.
All right, so we would have had one round of stuff in our pockets, yes?
Yeah, you get some stuff in your pockets. Don't worry. We'll worry about treasure.
I might run. I want to know how much gold I got.
Well, there's not much way to run. You want to run upstairs or downstairs?
I'm going to start fiddling with my gun, continue the process of what I was doing for the lock, and I'm going to start.
You trying to reload it? Were you?
Yeah, I was before Ironside. I was going to shoot the lock of the door, but Ironside beat me to it because he had already his gun loaded.
Oh, your gun's already loaded, so yeah, yours is ready to go then.
Okay, I can use movement, right? And
all
right, so I'm going to back up my full movement to as far as I can.
You're already nearly to the wall, so.
But there's stairs, so I'm going to back up the stairs. And
in Lamentations, unload. You can either move or act.
So aim or shoot.
Shoot, aim, or move.
Really, you can't move and shoot, or shoot and move?
Apparently not.
All right. Well, I'm going to use my action to shoot.
Roll the hit.
Ogre. That would be. Go ahead.
If you're firing into combat, you've got a 50-50 chance of hitting either of them.
I know that.
So it's just Emily and the ogre right now.
What did you roll?
I'm sure the ogre is bigger than Emily. 14.
14. Roll a D100.
Okay. I don't care. I'm going to shoot anyway. 70 on the die.
Okay. That's fine. You hit the ogre. And it hits. What's the damage?
D8. 1 second. 3 points of damage from the gun.
Okay. Describe how you kill the ogre.
All right. So the ogre ducks in, and as I'm backing up slightly, I unleash this shot, and I hit it flush in the chest, blow a hole the size of a watermelon into this big barrel chest creature, and it staggers back and falls back out through the door.
The ogre dies.
Okay. That's a fucking easy ogre.
Emily sits down on the steps. Blood is leaking out of the side of her head. Her eye is closed, swelled, bleeding. She's coming out of her mouth. Like, she does not look in good shape.
I'm looking down at this gun, thinking it's some kind of wonder weapon. I'm wondering why I had one before.
Nice. Okay, what are you guys doing now? Let's see. Copper got to move. So what are you going to do, Max? We're going on initiative order.
He came from upstairs, didn't he? Probably guarding something fairly valuable. I say we go up there. What do y'all think?
What about you, girl? How you doing? I look over at Emily, who's like spitting blood and everything.
Who's sitting on the stairs.
Yeah, she's just like dazed. She's I can't go on.
Take out an handkerchief or some kind of a rag and start cleaning the blood from her face. Try to be gentle. Try to be smooth. But I don't like this girl much.
It's okay. I don't think there's any kind of rules for like healing bleeding wounds or anything in this game. So I'll just say you can manage to stop her from taking any more damage and from
Right. So I'm trying to put on the facade of being caring.
You're being very helpful, Crawford.
Thank you.
Ironside. Sorry, go.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ironside.
just-
It's your turn.
Yeah. For sure.
Ironside goes over to first the ogre and then the goblins, and sort of just checks them, looks at their wounds.
As you start to check them, you're probably touching them and everything, yeah?
Yep.
They dissolve right in front
I
of you.
thought, yeah, it's all magic. It's not
Magic?
real.
What do you mean? It's not real.
Right.
Is
They
the
just-
gold real?
They just
They're
they hit the
covered
dust and
up
disappear.
with the gold is not real either.
What?
You lie, and I go back to the chest and I start looking at the stuff that I'd
Did
already
you stuff
stuffed
your
in my
pockets with
pockets.
gold already? Did
I did, yeah, immediately.
you check your pockets?
Mm-hmm.
They're full of dust.
God damn it.
You go over and start look at the chest, and it dissolves into dust as well.
What do you know of this Ironside? What do you know of this redemption? What is this? What is this foul magic? Illusions? Trickery?
It's devilry. It's here, and it marks the end of days. It means death to us all. That's what it means. You're doomed. You're doomed. That short blank firer is doomed. And that bleeding blob cursed woman is doomed.
But what about the gold?
You have a flash in your mind. You instantly remember, because you've seen this multiple times. You see the dead sign again in your mind, Ironside. Dead. That's what it means, right? Dead. You're all dead.
Man, Morel's fucking furious that the gold is fake. I'm gonna pull my sword and start walking up the stairs.
Okay. You walk up the stairs where the ogre came from. You find an empty, round room, same size, with another big-ass chest with a lock on it.
Copper!
I'm coming up behind you at this point.
I'm kind of slightly curious at the capacity of these two, so I'll follow them just to see what they do next. They're amusing me.
They're going up the stairs past poor Emily, who's bleeding.
I'll help Emily up if she wants, but
Yeah, she's gonna stay with Ironside. So she's kind of leaning on Ironside and like using the spear as a
as a
a
crutch.
walking stick almost. Yeah,
Yeah.
and making her way slowly up the stairs.
So I start fiddling with my gun again. I look over my shoulder towards Redemption. I was like, "You morbid bastard, you steady that hand now." And I start fiddling with my gun, getting ready to shoot the lock, having had the shrapnel smashed in my face last time.
my hand was always steadier than yours.
So when the gun is prepared, I am going to shoot the lock, thinking there's going to be better results this time.
Roll a d10.
And just before his gun's ready, I'll shoot it with my other gun.
Nice.
Shoot him. What do you do?
Uh,
Lock with your other gun, yeah?
I've got two guns, so I'll shoot
Roll
it with.
d10.
Oh yes. 8.
I think I forgot that last time. Okay, you don't misfire. So, yeah, roll d20.
19.
Yeah, you blast the lock, blow it shreds.
You crazy bastard! You crazy bastard! Steady your hand!
And then start loading my gun again.
This time, Copper, take a point of damage from the shrapnel.
God damn it!
He's hurt. He's bleeding. It's real. It's real. And I'll start skipping around.
Start scooping the gold in your pockets. Yeah. This time there's fucking gold. There's mega gold. There's electrum with gold and silver. There's fucking not just jewelry this time, but there's crowns and tiaras and fucking fancy brooches and bracelets and everything. And you're scooping them in your pocket there, Max. And what about the rest of you guys? You're all grabbing your full.
Oh no, I'm not touching this stuff.
Emily's just concerned about living.
Yeah.
No, I'm not quick on the study, so I'm gonna go and fill my pockets as well.
Those guys are filling their pockets. You guys see as they keep stuffing stuff into their pockets, more and more sand keeps pouring out.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Is there more stairs going up?
There are some stairs leading up again, and you can see up there. You can see the light of day, so that leads up to an open level.
When we saw the light from the tower, the green light, whereabouts was it?
Ground floor, where you were. I told you it was kind of lit by this weird, strange green glowing light. It was actually, I never did describe where it was coming from. It was coming from these strange fixtures along the wall, which are almost like torches, but they weren't burning. It was like these weird eldritch light sources, almost fluorescent.
Were they detachable from the wall, or were they like sconces built into?
Yeah, built into.
So we're going up to some open room with windows, or like a
You want to go up
rooftop?
to the second floor, yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it stealthily as best I can with my back to the wall and my gun pistol out in front of me in one hand and the short sword dagger thing in the other.
As you go up there, you see what you can only describe as some kind of satanic mass going on. There are about 20 people up here, and they're performing some kind of a sacrifice. It looks like it's a human child they have on this altar, and there's a man standing there with a knife up above it, holding it up above his head, and they're chanting these rituals, and there's blood splashed everywhere. There's sacrificed animal pieces all over the place. It's pretty horrific. Really gory.
Shoot him!
As you say that, they stop chanting and they all look in your direction.
Somebody pull the gun.
Carmody, you're on initiative. What do you do?
I'm gonna point my gun at the leader, the lead man, and say, "Step away, back up, do it now."
And he drives the blade down into the baby's chest, and blood spurts out and sprays everywhere as the child dies. And the sky blackens and thunder cracks. And all of a sudden, you've gone from early morning
You fucked up, Troy.
to the middle of the night in the middle of a fucking lightning storm. And it's your initiative, Max.
I'm gonna pull my weapon and
that's my
stab
turn.
the closest cultist.
That was your turn, yep. That's what you
Saying
do.
something. All right, fair enough.
You chose not to shoot. It's fair.
Okay.
Yep, I'm just attacking the closest cultist.
The closest cultist? Okay. Some
Yep.
woman.
Ooh, not great. 9.
Miss. Copper, you can shoot your gun now if you want.
Yeah, I will.
At who?
The lead guy that just butchered the baby. A natural 20.
Ooh, you blast him right between the eyes, and he fucking disintegrates before you, and they all disappear.
See me start to.
And you're
shake.
standing now at the top of a ruined tower. It looks like it hasn't been disturbed in like 60 years. There's nothing but ruin and mold and mud. You can see the ruins of an old chest opposite you, but it's already molded away and cracked and looted, whatever. There's nothing within it.
And the sky?
And the sky is back to what it was before. It's just kind of an overcast English morning.
I'm gonna
Everything's back to normal again.
I'm trying to think if this is like a flashback to. Try to get a sense of if it's illusion or if it's like a flashback to what had happened in the past.
It's an illusion.
Okay.
It's magic.
No,
They're
hold on.
playing with our minds.
So let's just say that the chest that is still there today in its ruined state. Was there a similar chest in it prior to in that scene of the man stabbing the baby?
Yes,
in the
there
same
was.
place?
What's
In
your
the
roll
same
saving?
place?
What's your roll saving throw versus magic, please?
Good man. All right, here we go. So over or under?
Just
Over.
roll and tell me what you roll.
I know, but I want to know. I need to. It's
Over.
all about visualization.
Over.
I rolled a 9, so I did not roll over.
Okay. You're pretty sure there was a chest there, but now it's obviously a ruined chest.
All right, so I'm getting the sense that maybe this is some kind of a flashback, but at the same time, Maximilian, as you see me look a little look of relief come over my face as I come to realization that my slow action didn't cause the death of this baby.
Yeah, I'll smile at you and say, that was a cheap lesson, Copper.
I'm slow with this. And I put the pistol back and I pull out my second sword in my hand. I won't be so slow next time.
To the
I'm gonna
basement,
start-
then?
So from our vantage point, we see that there's nothing left to the chase or nothing
Now,
inside.
you now are standing in a ruin that hasn't been disturbed in decades.
I'm going to investigate just to see if there's any of those signs about or anything that would show that there's eldritch
You
activity.
find some satanic signs, but nothing like the Duvan Coup. You find pentagrams and shit like that, devil horns and stuff, but no, you don't find any Duvan Coup symbols. You go back down to the floor below, the ground floor, or the first floor and the ground floor below, and it's similar to what you were at before, but they're older and ruined and dusty, and you realize now that, there's no way there was any kind of treasure there before.
The sconces, are they gone as well?
Yeah, the eldritch glowing.
Yeah, they're gone.
sconces.
They're gone. There's no light coming from this place. It's purely dark. The only light provided is from your own or from the sun pouring down. So
Emily will reach up and kind of touch her face where the ogre smashed her. Is it actually...
Hmm?
Like, she'll reach up and touch her face where the ogre smashed her with his club. Are there actual wounds there?
What are you smashing with your club? Sorry.
No. When he took the hit, was it real damage inflicted upon him from the ogre's attack?
She's checking her face.
Oh, no. Nope, you're not hurt, actually. You felt like you were hurt, and now as you're checking, you realize you can take your 7 hit points back, and you realize it's like it was all a dream. Anybody who took damage here at the tower can take it back, by the way.
Alright, I'm going to go into the basement then.
Yeah, I'll follow with defensive positioning.
I'm a little shaken by the whole ordeal with the baby still, so I'm a half step slower than I would have been before. But I'm just a half step behind you, Maximilian. But instead of having the gun this time, I have 2 daggers or 2 short swords in hand.
And I'm
So-
following down too.
It's getting darker, you say. As dark as we descend?
Yeah, because there's no light here.
Alright, well, I have a torch in one hand and the short sword dagger blade in the other.
Okay.
Yep, there's no treasure here. You can go down below too. You'll find the remains of it looks like obviously there used to be some kind of cult that existed here, but it's gone. This place hasn't been disturbed in centuries, or not centuries, decades, I should say.
The priest! Emily turns and runs back upstairs.
What's wrong with the girl? The priest is dead.
I don't know.
Yeah, you find his body is there. That was real. He's dead. You killed him. You bastard.
Are there books or scrolls or anything of that nature, Ian?
You might find the remains of some, but they're like rotted and ruined, and there's nothing worthwhile here. There's literally it's shit.
Okay.
Yeah. There is
So-
no gain to be made here, at least financially or in any of that sense,
Is Emily will wait outside for them to return?
Yeah, I'll go outside. It seems that the tower's dead end.
Yep, it's done. You've cleared it.
The priest is still here. At least he was real.
He was real until you killed him.
Oh well. Now maybe he can haunt this place because there's no other ghosts here. And I kick the body as I walk past, heading back towards town.
Yeah, let's go back to town. Emily's going to remain on the defensive. I'm very reluctant to go back into town. I'm not She'll voice this to the other fellows. I'm not certain any of this has been real. She checks her bag for the wine.
It's there.
Okay.
But roll a saving throw versus magic for me, Emily.
7 under 16.
You want to roll high on saving throws, that's fine. Thank you.
So she'll remain defensively positioned as they return to town, not knowing what to expect anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. If we go back to town, I'm gonna start scrutinizing everything, trying to figure out if it's an illusion. It's like if the town was part of the tower illusion.
Are you guys heading back to town?
Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
You're back to town, and it's still there.
Now there's stuff there, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's ruinous too, and it just looks like it's new, and maybe the people aren't people. That's what Morel's starting to think.
I think our first stop should be the church.
Hmm.
That funeral can't be started yet. The priest is dead.
That's a good idea, Emily. And I pull out my sword.
There should be
Yeah.
one dead body and 2 sad women.
Yeah, you
Yep.
go into church, there's one dead body, 2 sad women, a funeral that should be well under preparation. It's not being prepared. There's no longer anybody here to prepare it.
I'm sorry, ladies. The vicar won't be joining us today.
Oh, you killed him too, you son of a bitch.
No, nothing like that. He just had unfinished business with the next town. He said he would be back, but I'm afraid he's not going to make it.
He
Drop
went
the
to
ruse, Copper. Drop the ruse. He shot him. Shot him dead.
Oh, no.
He had it coming.
God deliver us from these evil men.
I look at Maximilian and I snarl. Just quiet.
I raise my shoulders. You should not be ashamed of your actions. That's unbecoming. Perhaps you are not Morel.
Are there like any stables, like horses or anything like that around?
Hmm?
Are there like any stables, any barns? I'm looking for a horse.
You're outside.
Horses.
Yeah. You're looking around outside. I'll let you take a few minutes to look for one. While you're
Okay.
doing that, all of a sudden, the women stop crying. Everything gets really weird for a second. And who's in the church now? I know Morel, and I know Copper. Where's Redemption?
Yeah,
Everybody's outside looking for a horse.
Redemption's in the church.
Redemption's there too. Everything gets really weird and quiet and peaceful for a moment. It's like time stops. And the women stop crying. And they stand up straight and regal. And the dead barkeep on the kind of altar, if you will, rises up and stands up as well. And then, like, you know when your ears pop and you're on an airplane? You get that sensation. And suddenly everything starts to move again. And the man comes over and he's talking to the women and he's hugging them. And they look to you and they say, so, and actually the barkeep looks at you and says, so, Vicar won't be back?
Yeah, I'm definitely troubled and spooked by this whole ordeal. Yeah, that's what I said, and I start walking back slowly.
And Morel will walk forward. This is your mess, Copper. You're going to clean it up. And I'll stab at him again. Yep.
Oh, the rabid chihuahua.
when I kill for keeps. Oh, crit! Fucking crit!
Okay, describe how you kill him again.
Yeah, so I say, this is your mess, Copper. And this time I'll come in, I'll feign low, he'll go down with his hands to try to, like, cover his midsection, and I will chop his head off and fling it back into, like, some ornament that's sitting back on the altar in the church and knock it over.
It lands right there, smacks over a candelabra, and boom, there it is, sitting there on the fucking, what's that thing called? Not the altar. The thing that the priest stands at when he pontificates.
The
pulpit. Yes, the pulpit. It lands right on the pulpit, and the women scream and they run out of the church.
No, they don't. Why would I'm yelling at them as they run by. Why would the deceased ask for the his last rites? And I kind of like shake my head at the halfling that slayed the man again. Oi, no answers here. I'm gonna, being that I didn't look through this church the night before, I spent my entire time staring at these sleeping women. I'm gonna go back in the back rooms and stuff and see if there's any evidence of these symbols. Or I still have this uneasy feeling about this this priest fellow.
As far as you can tell from searching the church, all you find is regular church raiments. It seems like a true Anglican church. That's all it is. And as you come back out from these various back rooms that you're searching around to your comrades who are sent there, you've got the decapitated barkeep's body. The vicar comes walking into the church from the doors outside.
Ah.
Gentlemen, is everything okay? Is something else? Oh my God! What happened here?
I'll try and hold back the rabid chihuahua from killing the vicar too.
Yeah, I start walking towards him with my sword out. Well,
And Ironside's grabbing you and trying to stop you.
Does he have his full face, or is it exploded after?
He's like you first met him. He's brand new again. He says, "Who are you? What's happened here?"
Do you remember us? Do you remember us? I asked the vicar.
I've never seen you in my life. What's going on here?
Reset button.
Do you remember?
I think it's time for us to leave, sir. We mean you no harm. I'm gonna start walking towards the door.
You killed this man?
I fear he was already dead.
Twice,
we have no
actually.
business here.
I killed him twice, sir.
Are you guys gonna try to push past him? I know you said you were gonna go past him.
I'm done with this place. I'm so unnerved at this point.
He lets you walk past him. He lets you by.
I say, Ironsides, sir. My service with
Ironside?
you is
Redemption Ironside?
Is at an end, and I keep walking.
You're Redemption Ironside?
I am Redemption Ironside. Who are you? What's your name?
I am Vicar, what was his name? William Larch of the village of Ashmanhaugh. Your soul is a very troubled one, sir, but it is not too late. I invite you to stay.
And your soul? Is your soul doomed or not, Vicar?
I am a man of God. I have made my amends. My soul is saved. Yours can be too. It's not too late. Stay with me.
It doesn't seem like we've got much of a choice at the moment. We've tried to leave. It didn't work.
Please, sit.
I'll sit
And
down.
you, and he looks at the halfling. Who are you?
My name is Maximilian Morel, descendant of the Brandywines. I'm a mercenary, sir.
Will you make amends for the crimes you have done here?
I will not, sir. I will make amends for nothing. I am proud of what I did, and I do it again and
yourself.
again.
And he looks at Emily.
I'm not there.
No, Emily
Oh
wasn't
no, you're
here.
outside, aren't you? Sorry.
I'm Horse Steven.
Yeah. You can find a horse. You want to ride off?
Can I find some horses?
Sure.
If I could find 4 or 3, I'll ride one and lead the others back to the front of the church.
Roll a d8 for me and divide by 2.
1 is my result after division.
You found one horse.
Okay, well, I'll ride to the church at least.
Okay. So, you will not repent then, he says to the halfling.
You're a man of God? Is that what you say?
That's what I've said.
I've heard lots of people say that.
I'll tell you what. Hasten to him then, and I'll attack him with the short sword.
Okay. Roll initiative. D6. Wait, who was it that won initiative for the entire game? Oh, that's Troy. He already left. Okay.
Yeah, I'm following Sheila and her mum if I can catch up to them.
I got a 4 for the priest.
I am out of 4 as well.
Okay, you will act simultaneously. So he throws his hand towards you and throws his bolt of, like, spiritual light at you.
Holy shit.
Fucking
He
Sith
fumbles.
Lord.
He
I rolled
misses completely.
I rolled a 7, so I missed 2.
Okay, so he misses you completely. And it blows out this pew and it lights part of the church on fire. And describe your miss.
I swing at him with my sword, and it like smacks the pew next to him, taking out a big chunk of wood.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you miss. Redemption, what are you doing as this is going on?
I'll get out my gun and start aiming.
Okay. And Troy, your character was leaving, yes?
Yeah, I would have been up the street a few feet.
So
trying
you're
to
outside.
scan.
You see Emily riding towards you on a horse.
Now, I would imagine that this lightning would have blew out some of these glorious windows of this church.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, so even though my goal was to find Sheila and to get the hell out of here, I can't leave the halfling and Mr. Ironsides to die. So I turn and I retreat back towards the church in a haste.
Okay.
You fool! What are you doing? Make a way while you can.
I'm
Next round.
just full sprint. All right, so I enter.
Back inside the church. Now you're just coming back in, so it's going to be an initiative roll for Ironside, the priest, and Max. Priest is on 6.
I'm on 6 as well.
2.
Okay, so you and the priest go simultaneously. He's going to again cast another Hadouken spiritual weapon blast at you. Oh, this time I got a 15. Does that hit you?
Does not.
Oh, damn. He misses you with his 7 points of damage.
And I got a 23.
That hits him.
5
Which
points of damage.
Describe his death.
So he shoots me with the bolt. Yeah.
Misses.
I pull my buckler. Pting! It fucking hits it, zaps out and blows out another window. And I take the short sword and come up underneath of his rib cage, stab him through and out the neck.
Oh, Jesus Christ. From under the ribcage out through the neck?
Yeah. So it's like the blade is almost bowed, like going in and then coming out.
You actually have your hand up behind his ribs.
It's my hand
Tickling
is
you with
in
the diaphragm.
my hand is in his wound,
Yeah. Ooh.
and then I'll turn and rip it out.
Dies.
He's strong enough to do it.
He dies horribly.
And I'll
And you
turn.
come running back in, Troy, and see this. And Redemption, you're like, oh, God damn it, he's already dead.
I turn and I take my cloak and I wipe the blade off and I go, "This is your mess, copper. Clean it up."
I'm fully enthralled by this little halfling. The first one I've ever seen. I think he's like a demon on Earth or something. I have no comprehension of what I'm seeing when I see this guy. So I approach. I was like, "He's dead again." I'm sure
You
you'll
saw-
rise again. This seems to be in a constant loop here.
Something was amiss, though. He was using sorcery. Ironside saw it. He shot at me with lightning.
What the little terrier says is true. The vicar wasn't using anything I've seen before. But
Well, you've seen
it still
similar
doesn't-
things before by
it's,
sorcerers and witches and shit. Yeah, not by a
yeah,
priest, not by a vicar.
I'll go over and inspect his body.
Did you get any answers from him before he died?
I'm gonna look all over his body for any signs, any tattoos, any marks.
It fades to ash as soon as you touch it.
Yeah,
Like Obi-Wan
I thought so.
Kenobi. Gone.
It's all well. I don't know what is causing everything, but it's all some
What
kind
the
of
hell
magic
are we
trick.
still
We're in
doing
a trap. We're in a kind of magic trap. We can't get out until we find what's causing it.
Can't get out. Can't we just leave?
We tried.
We tried to get to the tower.
Emily
What's
yells
that?
over the horse.
What say we go in a different direction?
Yeah, let's
Emily.
try, but I don't have much hope.
What's Emily shouting from outside? Sorry.
Let's try again to leave.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and at that point, we're going to take a quick bio break. I need to refill my whiskey and take a piss, so I'll be back in 5 minutes.
I've got like maybe 15 minutes before I have to stop.
Oh, really? Okay, well, we'll try to make it quick. I'll be back in as soon as I can.
Okay.
Any ideas, anyone?
Fuck if I know.
Yeah, I haven't noticed anything sort of standing out at all.
Right, we tried to leave at night, and the priest or the vicar said also the evil was more powerful at night. Maybe while he's dead and it's daytime, we might be able to bail.
I'm not even sure that the vicar is.
Well, they all had no memory when they came back, but he came back with those powers. Unless he was restraining himself before, though. Remember?
He was restraining himself, did you say?
Yeah, Ian was making it pretty clear that he was like holding back when he was grappling with Copper.
Oh, that's just because he didn't want to break my arm.
But even when you
physically holding back.
Even when you had him at gunpoint before you killed him, he kind of like lowered his hands. He was way more confident than he should have been. I don't know. I'm
Copper didn't catch that. Copper is perplexed. He has no idea what's going on. He's ready to move on and get the hell out of here. Has been for some time.
If we can.
Yeah. We could play a whole campaign just in this village killing the same people.
The village. Have you ever seen The Prisoner?
I don't think so.
A 60s series of some spy who retires and he's sent to a little village, and every time he tries to leave, he's just transported back, and it's very 60s and double crossing and weird.
What was his solution?
Pardon?
What was his solution? How did he get out? Or did it get cancelled before it came to a conclusion?
I'm not sure. It didn't get cancelled. It got to the end, but I'm not sure I ever saw the end.
Oh, I thought I was done for.
Seems like Ironside has become a little morbid with the death all around him.
He's just ready to die.
Cool.
That's why they'll live forever.
I like the character
Really?
growth for sure.
Okay, lads, is everyone there? Andrew, you there?
Yep.
Anthony?
Yeah.
Caius?
Oh yes.
And Troy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, as you return to the village from the church, you find that everybody is back in place. The barkeep is alive. His family are no longer widows and orphans. And nobody seems to realize that you've even been here before.
I want to leave this place.
What time of day was it when we heard this pop?
When you first arrived here?
No, when we heard that kind of popping of the ears. You described it as a popping of the ears, like you're hearing if you're sort of changing altitude on the plane when the dead barkeep came back to life originally.
Oh, geez, that was what time? I don't remember exactly.
It does, so it's not important. It's not
It's not the
important.
same time.
Okay. Okay, let's just try and leave and see what happens.
As you start to leave, there's a house that catches your eye on the edge of the village. You don't know why, but as you're riding past it, it seems like it's just there forever. You ever seen a house as you're driving out in the country that just like it feels like you're driving past it for 20 minutes and it never goes anywhere? It's exactly that kind of feeling as you're riding out on, well, you have one stolen horse, so I don't know what the hell you're doing the rest of you.
Walking.
I'll
But it
point
lingers.
at it and say, "What's that over there? That house looks strange. It's incredibly strange."
Looks like a house to me.
I'm sorry, Anthony, I couldn't understand what you said.
I said I didn't notice it on the way in.
It's just an old farmhouse looking thing. It looks like it's inhabited anyway.
Are you unnerved by it, Maximilian? I feel nothing.
You look a bit pale, I say to Maximilian.
It calls to me for some reason. I don't know why.
You know these lands better than I.
Like I said, you guys have been walking for like 40 minutes and it's still there.
Well, your call, boss. Do you want to check it out?
Yeah, let's see what's going on. And Ironside walks up to the door and opens it.
And the door opens before you reach for the handle. And there's a woman sitting there. She looks to be maybe almost 30. She's in her 20s. She's not horribly attractive. She's pretty plain looking. She's missed a few teeth. She doesn't look like she's entirely healthy. She says, "Hello. Welcome to the Cox Farm, Ashmanhaugh. Can I help you?"
Ashmanhaugh? The what
Yes.
farm?
Cox Farm. Family Cox. I'm Helen
Cox
Cox.
family.
Can I help you?
Yeah.
Why can't we leave?
I'm sorry.
You heard me. Why can't we leave?
Oh, I'm afraid I don't know anything about that. Would you like to come in for some tea?
Can I trouble you for some goat milk?
And I start looking her up and down.
Oh, I'm
Missing
sorry. I haven't had
teeth
to
and all.
go for several years. But would you like some tea? Come on in. We'll have some tea. I'll make some scones.
I extend my hand towards her and say, "My name is Ironside," as though I'm waiting for her to shake my hand.
And she reaches out and shakes your hand. I'm Helen
And I
Cox.
pull her out of the house.
Okay. And she gasps, "Don't rape me!"
All right then. I say. Hadn't actually crossed my mind until you suggested it.
Please, please, no, don't hurt me. My son, he needs me.
All right then. Did you say tea?
You're not gonna hurt me?
No, you can go in. I just slipped a bit and pulled
won't
you
hurt
out.
him?
Yeah.
Come in, please, please. I'll make some tea.
What
She's
is this place?
kind of frightened now.
What is this house? I ask her.
I told you, this is the Cox farm. This is where my husband used to run our farm, but
And what happened to your husband?
And
well,
this
he's
son,
passed on now. He died of an illness last year, pneumonia.
this son, where is he? And I start gazing around the
He's
small
sleeping in his
structure.
room. Please don't disturb him.
What's the roof made of?
Oh, probably thatch or something. I don't know what the fuck roofs were made of in the 17th century England.
While remaining on the horse, lights a torch.
Outside?
Yeah.
What is she doing? Don't let her hurt him. Please, please. My son is all I have left.
I'm a doctor, I say. I'll go and have a look at him. And
You're a doctor?
Yes.
Please.
I start going upstairs.
Okay. Take you upstairs.
I'm a fine surgeon.
I'm gonna follow.
Okay. There's a baby in a crib. He looks like he's less than a year old. His name's Anthony. Don't hurt him.
I'm with the lady still. She followed them upstairs as well, or she's still
Yeah,
talking
absolutely.
below?
Yeah, she's not going to send him upstairs with her son by themselves.
All right, so I'm on the other side of her, again trying to.
I pick up the baby.
Okay.
So
At this point,
it doesn't turn to dust.
it's safe to say at this point, okay, obviously you're all questioning reality at this point, yeah?
Yeah.
Everybody roll saving throws versus magic.
I passed mine with an 18. And you mean spells or?
No.
Yeah, spells? Magic,
No,
yeah. I got
magic.
18. 18 and the save was 16, so I'm over by 2.
I fail.
Yeah, I fail.
I hit it on the dot.
Okay, so Andrew and Troy pass. That's Maximilian and Redemption. And Copper. So for you two, all of a sudden, you're no longer staying in this kind of old-fashioned but nice farmhouse. You're staying in this ruined, dilapidated, moldy, rotten old farmhouse. The woman looks even worse than she did before. She looks horribly hideous. She's old. Her teeth are missing. She's not even that old. It's just that she's had a fucking hard life. She's probably 30 years old, but she looks like she's pushing the grave, you know? The child, who's picked up the child? Redemption, right?
Ironside. Yeah.
The child that Ironside is holding is actually shaped more like a starfish-like creature with a huge gaping maw on it, no eyes or any other facial features you can tell. Some kind of crazy, ridiculous, alien-looking monster to you. Those of you who passed your saves. To the rest of you who failed your saves, that would be Redemption and Emily, you're just standing in this old-fashioned kind of farmhouse holding this baby.
I'm outside holding a torch.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so you're
Morale-
outside this idyllic, old-looking old farmhouse, looking on with interest.
I look to. Go ahead, Andrew.
Oh, I was gonna say I look at Copper because I get kind of the notion that he sees it too, and I say, "Cute
Sure.
kid."
Yeah, it's breathtaking.
I pull my sword. Ironside, put down the child.
I'll
I pull my
defend
short
the
swords as
baby.
well.
I'll defend the baby from the rabid chihuahua.
Nice.
Hold it close to his chest. Hold it close to his chest with his arms around it.
And I say to Redemption, I was like, drop the meat sack.
And the woman says, "No, don't let them hurt my baby." And she throws herself between you, Ironside, and them, and with her arms out.
I cut her down.
Roll to hit.
Son of a bitch! No one stops a Morel. Shit, they probably stopped him real. It's an 8.
Obviously. Oh, so you stab at her, and she actually manages to kick you in the face and knock you down on your ass.
Ah!
I'm going to attack as well.
Roll to hit.
You Canterbury trollop.
I'm yelling to
Take a point
Ironside.
of damage, Morel.
I was like, it's not what it looks like, Ironside. Open your eyes, man. And I rolled a 13 plus 3, 16 to hit the lady. With the short sword, 3 points of damage.
Okay, describe her death.
As the Morel lunges forward and misses, she moves and kicks him, and as her leg comes down, I kind of catch her ankle and drive forward with my short sword into her abdomen.
So Ironside, he's just stabbed her to death. It's your action. What do you want to do?
And I immediately turn towards the boy, or starfish child. Does she disappear as well?
No, she just drops dead. And you can see the reality. So she just drops dead. You literally just killed her. For real.
Cool. I like it.
She was a real person, not an illusion.
I draw my gun and start aiming at them.
You're not going to pull the trigger?
No, I've been aiming.
He's aiming the gun at you.
Stand back, I say to them.
You're not seeing this.
Outside, Emily, you're just still staring at this idyllic-looking, old-fashioned farmhouse. You realize there's no really farm animals around anymore. It looks like the farm is no longer in use, but still a decent-looking old house.
Are there crops or anything?
No, it looks like it hasn't been in operation for a couple of years.
What's going on in there?
They're trying to kill a baby!
We're back at the top of the order, which I think
they're
we
killing
said before.
peasants again.
Copper always has initiative. Copper, what do you do?
I'm going to draw my swords, or put them in their sheaths, my short swords. I'm going to put my hands up to Ironside. I'm saying, listen to me, man. That is not a baby. Things are not as they seem. You've seen enough crazy shit. Believe me, you're not seeing straight here. That is not a baby. Tell him, Max. And I look back to the halfling.
Which is ironic, because it's Max's turn. What do you do, Max?
I tell him with steel. Morel steel. Uppercut at the starfish.
Roll to hit.
Shit. 9.
You miss. So Redemption's able to turn it in a way that you just completely miss. So Redemption, the halfling stabs at the baby, you turn it, protect it. What do you do, Redemption?
I'll just shoot him.
Roll to
Sorry
hit.
about this. 11. I won't hit him with his armor class.
Okay, Redemption Poison is going to shoot and misses.
Emily? Hear a gun go off.
Yeah, Emily, you hear a gun go off now. What do you want to do next?
Pitch the torch on the roof
Oh.
and yell fire.
And right away?
Yeah, typical.
No, what do you want to do then? You throw the... It starts to catch on fire. You yell fire. What do you do next?
Until he kills us all again.
Lower my spear towards the door and wait for, I don't know, something to come out.
And kill it.
Okay, back to the top of the order. Copper. You can smell smoke.
Just one little
I'm
point,
going to attempt to double-handed grab. He's got the one baby and the one arm in the cradle position. I'm going to lunge forward towards his gun hand and try to slam it against the wall to disarm him.
Okay, let's make that a grapple roll. Roll strength checks, both of you.
He's got one hand. I got two. Does that matter?
I'll give you a +2 to your roll.
Good man. I rolled a natural 20. I was smashing that hand through the dilapidated wall, probably. If it's as rotted as you said.
What did you get, Caius?
Oh, sorry, well, it was contested. What's the roll?
Roll a d20. You want to roll under your strength, actually. So.
Yep, I rolled 10 under.
Okay, and you rolled a 20 +2 is 18. What's your strength roll, Troy?
What's my what now? My
What's your
strength?
score?
Oh, my strength score is a 12.
Okay, so you failed. So Caius wins. Caius, describe. Actually, you beat him by like 6.
Oh, I failed with a natural 20. Fuck.
Yeah, you want to roll low on a strength check.
God,
That's a nat crit, man. That's a nat fail.
that's a nat fail. Okay, I try
So
to tackle
Caius, I'll let you determine. You beat him by 16 points. So just tell me how you own this bastard.
I'm getting manhandled all over the place with my physical contacts with people. So I lunge forward trying to grab your arm. Redemption.
And as you sort of reach up, grabbing with one hand, I carry on lifting you up with your momentum until you're in a chokehold. And I've got you in a chokehold, and then I body slam you back down onto your back, and you're just totally WWE.
Nice.
I gotta stop for 1 second. My friends arrived, but I'll be back to finish this off. Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
And that's why he is Redemption Ironside, the legend. It's your turn, then, Max.
All right, I will shout, "I forgive you, you bastard!" And I'll take another swing at the child. 12.
What's your dexterity modifier, Ironside?
-1.
That'll hit. What's your damage?
5 points of damage.
Okay, describe how you kill the starfish child.
I'm going to uppercut it with the blade, catch it in the back, rip it out of his hands, and slice it in half in the air.
So in your vision, Caius, he does this to a baby. But as he slashes the baby in half, the whole illusion fades, and you start to see things for what they truly are, Caius.
Oh.
As do all of you. You can see everything for what it is. This entire village is falling apart and dilapidated. You see bodies everywhere. Everyone's dead almost, except for a few people who are wandering around looking confused. And this dead, starfish alien child is at your feet, Caius. Redemption. Sorry.
I suddenly just sort of turn into a sort of dance, and I'm stamping on this starfish, pounding it into the mud, kicking bits of it, and just totally destroying it. Ah! Just sort of.
I envision Copper still down on the ground from the choke slam, and all this goo and guts from this alien baby is like squishing all over me.
Does the illusion drop for me as well?
The illusion drops for all of you.
The whole village is, rotted. Despair. So he smashes this thing into the ground.
You actually see only 3 people still walking around alive out there.
What kind of people?
Oh, let me see. There's a farmer, an old man farmer. There's just and then just a couple of other blokes, basically typical-looking blokes. Nothing spectacular. And basically 3 men alive out of the hundreds in this village. All the rest are all bodies everywhere.
What do you say, guys? Should we just leave?
There are no riches to be found in here, I'm afraid.
Shit, let's get out of here before it falls down.
Is it burning?
It is burning around you, yes.
This is a little point. Thatch isn't that flammable. It's always damp, and it's usually a mixture of rot and damp, and it's not.
All right,
it's not usually that flammable. Yeah.
Okay, so my plan fails, but it was a good plan though.
Mhm.
I'm ready to run.
Yeah, I'm ready to get out of here. I've had enough.
Norwich is only 12 miles to the, I think, southwest.
Let's head there.
Oh, these inbred starfish fucking curly teeth country boys. Fucking hate the country.
Yeah, we.
Back. Sheep shaggers.
The gun that I got from the bartender that didn't really exist, does it still exist for me?
No, it's gone.
Okay. God damn it.
That's going to pretty much wrap it. Says we're going to determine if you guys leveled up or not. So let's see here. There we go. I'll go one by one. Andrew,
Alrighty.
did you take any damage in the adventure?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Did you take any damage?
Yes, 1 point.
Okay, so that's nothing. Did you use any class abilities during the adventure?
Yes, break door.
Okay. Did you roll any saving throws? Yes, you did. Did you gain any treasure? No, you didn't. So that's -1. Okay. Did any player characters die? No, so that's -2. Okay.
So we're at 0.
No, you're at -2.
Oh, I didn't get +1s for the first two?
No. You're at -2. Now, were you reduced to 0 hit points or less sometime during this adventure?
No.
+1, so you're at 1. Did you fail a saving throw during the adventure?
Yes.
So that's plus another one. You're at 0. No player characters died. You were not sole survivor. And okay, so you're at 0. Roll a d6, please.
You bought Green Devil Face, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I love it.
I got a 3.
Yeah, that's good.
You got a what?
A 3.
Is it higher than your level?
Yes.
Then you level up.
Oh, shit.
So Anthony, your turn. Did you take any damage during the adventure?
Yes.
Okay. Did you use any class abilities during the adventure?
Yes.
Did you roll saving throws? Yes. Did you gain any treasure? No, so that's -1. No player characters died, that's -2. Were you reduced to 0 hit points? No, so that's +1 is there. Did you fail a saving throw during the adventure? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So that's it. Okay, so you're at 0 as well. Roll d6.
6.
Yeah, you gain a level.
Nice.
Redemption. I think you're at the same again.
I didn't take any damage during the adventure.
Oh, you didn't take any damage. So that's -1.
Yep. So I think
You
I'm
did
at
class ability.
-1.
You did. Yeah. So you're at -1. Roll d6 -1.
No, I don't level up.
You do not level up. Okay, and then we're on to Copper. Did you take any damage during the adventure?
Well, it was all fake. It was all fake damage, but yes, I did.
Yes, you did. Okay, so roll. You're at +0.
I don't know what the class abilities were. Would those combat stances and stuff would have classified?
That's what I
Roll
want.
d6.
Ah, man. Here we go. I rolled a 1.
What's your level?
I'm at level 2.
Oh, you do not level up then.
Sweet.
Okay, so you stay at level 2.
Fair enough.
And that's going to wrap up the adventure. In heaven, everything is fine.
Holy fuck, that sucked. I mean, that was awesome, but
Let me see it, will you?
What?
Is it a actual hard copy adventure?
Well, it's 1/3 of this hard copy. This has 3 adventures. in it.
Forgive us. Okay,
Okay.
cool, man.
Is there,
We'll have a little bit of a post-adventure kind of chat here. So I'll let Anthony go first because I think he's got company. He needs to get going. So Anthony,
yes.
any comments, questions, anything else?
Yeah, I liked it. I was a little bit, I don't know, I would have liked to roll initiative better, but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
You would like
Yeah,
to
I mean,
roll
like-
initiative more, you mean? Yeah, I didn't do initiative rolls. I was just trying to speed it up. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, you wanted feedback. Like, that's the only thing that I would say.
That's cool.
Otherwise, it was.
Yeah, I was just kind of trying to speed through it in a little bit, I guess, there. So that was my own thing. But yeah.
Up a little bit, but I mean, when I think about it, I probably wouldn't have done much differently, anyways. I mean, I was always holding back.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
I'm starting to get that like Lamentations burn-in where I'm just afraid to do anything anywhere.
Yeah, that was a 5-page adventure here in this book. The remaining one, the only one we haven't played out of the 3, is about 36 pages long. So that's next.
Nice.
And that's what I've already scheduled for 2 weeks from today. We'll play the actual Forgive Us adventure. So
Two weeks.
or start it.
I think that's, what is that, February 13th? Is that right? 12th, 13th? No.
It's Friday the 13th.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Perfect. Excellent.
Okay, I'm gonna bail, but it was an awesome game, you
No
guys.
worries, man. I know you had to go, so thanks for playing. Thanks for sticking
Yeah,
around.
thanks for running.
We'll talk to you
All
soon.
right, peace, guys.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
So, Andrew, any questions, comments, anything else about the game?
Nope, it was excellent. The fact that it was a starfish child was an amazing touch. Um, I was flabbergasted at the goblins and the ogre because I haven't seen those
Anything.
before yet.
Yeah, they don't really exist in Lamentations, but yeah, literally it says in here, it's like the whole tower thing is just a ruse to get you to stick around. So you keep losing Constitution points. You lose Constitution points every day, basically.
Are they
Um,
permanent loss?
I don't know if it actually says if it's permanent loss. I think it might.
If it's Lamentations, it probably is.
It probably is. I think it is. So every day you're in town, you lose a point of Constitution. Where's that? Here we go. You lose a point of Constitution to your dead. Yep, it's permanent.
Yeah.
I'm in essence de-leveled during this adventure.
There you go. So it's permanent.
All
It
right,
was,
so it was my +1 to Constitution.
Yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed it. I'm also happy that I leveled with another character. So
Yeah, it says to fill the tower with treasure and monsters, but none of it's real. So monsters should die on one hit, and treasure will not exist in the long game. Basically, you might, even if you walk out of it thinking you scored it rich, you come out with sand in your pockets. So
yeah, it's treacherous.
Yeah.
Definitely enjoyed it. I've got to take off though too because I have Lloyd's game starting right now.
no problem, man. Enjoy it.
Yep, I'll see you guys later.
Awesome. It's a Lamentation. What about you, Caius?
I always enjoy them. Have you got any picture of the starfish child?
There's one in
Did they
here.
do a picture of that? Because I want to see Ironside's baby,
I mean, I'll be honest with you.
Redemption's baby.
Like, here's the baby before.
We're only
Yeah.
seeing the legs. Just lower it down some.
Sorry. Yeah, no, that's the baby. I'm showing you the baby, not the person shooting the gun at him.
Oh,
The
well,
baby.
you gotta move
Little
over. There you
baby
go.
there.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cute baby. Yeah, cute baby.
That's yeah.
And then here's the actual form of the baby.
Again,
Yeah.
move it a little. Actually, let me
Oh,
see.
sorry. Troy's got it.
I got you. Ooh, yeah.
Right there?
Nice.
Yeah, there you go. That's
No,
what those of you who succeeded on the save throw saw, whereas the other ones just saw them cutting the other baby, the cute little baby, in half.
So that baby was what was causing everyone to get stuck there in the loop.
Yep, the baby is an alien that landed here based on a meteor crash a few months before, and it's been just altering everybody's perceptions of the place ever since, and slowly consuming the
we're
villagers.
still live, so you're giving away the.
We are, yeah. No, that's fine. I wanted to give it
No,
away
that's
anyway,
fine.
just for anybody
Yep.
who's watching. Anybody who's watching this stage has spoiled it enough for themselves. So.
Yeah.
So Troy, did you have any more questions before I close it out?
No, man, I enjoyed it as well. I like I like this character, a little different
Yeah.
than some of the other characters I played. Yeah, it was fun.
Cool.
I look forward to playing them again for sure.
Did you feel singled out by my my racist pinpointing of the Irishman by the English barkeep?
Oh, not at all. I don't get offended by such things. Thick skin.
Canadian.
I'm not Irish, and even if I was, I wouldn't be offended by such a thing. It's a game.
All right, guys. Well, thanks. I'm going to close this broadcast. Thanks for playing. This was the adventure. In heaven, everything is fine in the Forgive Us module. So there's one more to go. That's the main one. That's called Forgive Us. Takes place in the city of Norwich, which is where you guys were heading. So that's where we will resume in 2 weeks' time. Thanks for watching in the meantime.